Hashimoto, I sent you the link already. Okay, no opening here. It's just a Monday afternoon podcast. Probably music, probably something, probably I don't know. It's a rough morning for me. So, literally, the result of this morning basically will cost me a whole box of cigars. Labor and parts, repair that roof leak. It's gonna be about $550. $550. Stupid. Alright, so I've never thought I will meet this issue this soon because the roof is only 3 years old. Maybe 2.5 years. 2.5 years old for that roof. So having this leak is just retarded, if not more retarded than I thought it would be. So now since Hashimoto's here, I'll turn the hat back on here so he can see the beautiful button. All right, let me see.
Thank you for your support.
Let me see. I think it's this one. There we go. Yeah, rough morning. Let me get a cigar though. Okay. It'd be fine. Yeah, so let me talk about the roof issue. Okay, so last time I told you guys, we have a really weird range vent. The pipe goes weird and then comes out, and whatever that end of that range vent is, the roof, right? And outside the roof there is a cover, a metal cover, and whoever decided to do this vent are freaking retarded because that vent pipe is 10 inches diameter. Huge for a range vent, right? Not like that range is any powerful or anything. It's just that big. So your huge hole needs a huge cover, so they just put a metal cover on there. Now I never went to the rooftop until today because there was leaking so much water and I literally had to climb up to the roof and find to see if something has immediate fix. So I went up there and I looked at it. It's like, whoever designed this shit, it's like asking to leak. Alright? So it's basically, you see, the design is like a 3-side flap. Right? So you get 3 sides of that. And then one side has a mesh, which is facing downward. Right? And on top of that, the cover is just screwed onto that side. Shouldn't you make something that's like, that has no gap or seam, so the water won't go in there? Like, there's gotta be one of the, I don't know which side that has the fold that has a leak, that water just go right through it. But
so that's supposed to actually, that's called flashing. It's supposed to go underneath the
shingles.
Roof. Yeah, the shingles.
Yeah, there is a flap on the bottom that's under the shingle. But I think it's whatever that's on the top that leaked through, not the bottom. Because the wood around it is dry. Alright? The water, literally, you can see the water coming down on the side of that pipe, that what the range is. Not even on the roof is dry. So the roof is fine. The roof itself is brand new. It's just that cover is retarded. Alright? So it's leaking through that, and basically, the guy I hired to fix it, he had to literally buy another cover, rip that one out, put a new cover on there, reseal the sides. It's probably gonna be super ugly because obviously the roof had to be peeled up just to do it.
Right.
And it's cold, so the roof's just gonna break when he tried to rip it out. So chances are he just gotta put it on there, some glue and some plastic and cover and all that stuff just to make it work. And then I don't know if he bought extra additional roofing just to put on there so it looks better, the shingles. But you know, chances are, if it looks bad, I'm just gonna go out there, buy a bottle of the Flex Seal black, and just spray the shit out of it so the whole thing's black. I don't care. Like I got to that point, but like I never thought I have to climb up to the roof in the like pouring shower rain, and just go. So I went to the attic, so my body's full of, you know, insulation and you know fiberglass and dust. And then I went to the roof. I'm all drenched. Came in like I was like, damn, this thing's not worth it. Call somebody out. I don't care if it's gotta be an emergency call. Show up. And then the guy showed up, and then you know he's like, oh, that leak is bad. I was like, no shit, you telling me the leak is bad? If it was okay, I would have called you, right? So, you know, some of the water obviously it leaked through. A lot of them leak through the lights. The lights are metal. That's okay. But you know, some of them got to the root, the drywalls. You know, it's so you can see it dark, but it hasn't bubbled yet. Hopefully, it's gonna be good enough to kind of ventilate out and dry and without bubbling up the paint. I did peel or open the insulation that's on top of it, so it gets, you know, air gets to vent. So hopefully it'll be better. But what a horrible day, because $550 could have go to a nicer car. Just not what I expect. Just not what I expect. So, you know, I don't know how many cup of coffee, 4 or 5, fifth cup of coffee. Continue through the day. I went upstairs. I was like, I'm gonna look at something. I'm just find something to smoke. And I found this ADN La Aurora ADN Dominican. Yeah, here we go. I got the cigar last time I went to Arizona, hanging out with Brendan. I think while we're there, we met up with another rep. I think he repped this brand or something like that. He gave me one of these. So yeah, I'm gonna smoke this now. I totally forgot I even have this. Insurance will cover it. What insurance? House insurance? Like a homeowner's insurance? That's the dumbest thing to use the homeowner insurance for. Because if you utilize any of the home, number one, $550 doesn't even cover your copay. I think the copay was $500 something anyways. So like it doesn't even cover your copay. You might as well pay cash. And number two, every time you use insurance, they make sure they get that money back. So you know your rate will go up just because $500 something. So you know I would not use my homeowner's insurance for that. Like, if I'm gonna use homeowner insurance because like my house went off the mountain, like it just flipped off or something like that, like the entire thing will have to be destroyed for me to use it. Because majority of like if it's under like, you know, 20 grand, I'd probably just cash it. I would just pay cash and fix it. I wouldn't use that. Because a lot of people just use insurance, especially like car insurance. People will use car insurance for every time you use car insurance, they raise your rate, just so you know. And then now for one time, for every point that you get for every accident you get, you will pay for it for the next 6 years. So,
speeding.
Say what?
Speeding ticket, everything.
Yeah, everything that you do that has anything with the insurance, you're paying for it in the next 6 years. So don't use those insurance for you to use when you really absolutely cannot afford it to deal with. So for me, it's one less box of cigar. But you know, it's not preferred, but it happened. It's one of those things. It feels like Monday.
I seen Jeff comment there about having some Boone's Farm from Saturday night's chat when I was drinking out of the bottle.
Yeah.
I wasn't drinking Boone's. I was drinking Screwball, but he knows that. He keeps making fun of me. I was actually listening to that show again when I was driving this morning to the gym, and I was laughing my ass off, man. What a good show.
Jeff Bases, I used USAA twice for roofing damage. My rate did not go up. USAA. Now
that's military.
That's military. I have commercial. You know, insurance, so it will go up.
Things are a little different for USAA members.
Yeah, I mean that's not even. No, can't do that. Sorry. But honestly, I think
the roads.
Nice. Honestly, I think that like I say, there's copay whenever you use insurance. I don't know how USAA works, but whenever you use a homeowner's insurance, you gotta pay a portion of it. It doesn't cover the whole thing. So $550 would be something like the copay. you wouldn't be any what, like, let's say if they ask you to pay a certain percentage, 20%, that's still $100. So might as well fix it. At least this, when you claim roofing repair, a lot of time they will, let's say, tell you to fix it, just how it's fixed, right? They will come and assess, and then get somebody to fix it and all that. That's gonna take for days. I want to fix it tomorrow.
That's what I was gonna say. Usually it takes a lot longer to go through that whole process than it is just fix it, dude.
Yeah, like literally, it was raining today. Tomorrow's sunny. I tell him, like, if I can fix it today, I fix it today. I don't care. If you can fix it, you can't fix it today because rain. Come tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, I'll try to find it. He literally spent like 3 hours trying to find the parts because you can't just go out and say, hey, I want a roofing thingy right now available for this. So
at least he went above and beyond and got you fixed. That's your $500. But
I literally tell him that if you can't do that within this week, then forget it. I'm just gonna go up there and flex seal that thing. I literally told him I'm just gotta go up there, flex seal the entire place so there's no more hole there, right? Like I got to that point. Like, if, I would love to fix it. I fix it right, but if I can't, I'll mess it up. And the next time when the summer comes, fix it right,
Right.
And he's like, yeah, no. He's like, well, it's one of those Mexican guys. He's like, yeah, no problem. I'll take care of it. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, I'll wait. And he's like, yeah, I found it. I'll be here tomorrow. Like, okay, fine. I'll deal with it tomorrow. So yeah, that's just another Monday. But yeah, and did you got to watch the show? It was
Yeah,
they had pretty good shows, I guess.
Yeah, I tried to. I didn't have time to watch the Down to the Nub one again. I only caught a bit of it yesterday when I was they were giving me shit about the cutter.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I'm telling you, like, that is not user error. The serrated blades, man, it doesn't make a very clean cut. Like, it's like, I don't know what the hell it is. I've used
clean, it like sharpen your cutter.
It's brand fucking new. Brand new out of the package. I'm like, I shouldn't have that problem.
You know what? If I can say the same thing about the cars I buy, that'll be great.
Yeah. But it's just funny how they give me so much shit about being Zycar. So it's like, hey.
Well, in the end, everything that you buy on the market serves its purposes. So it's supposed to work equal as good. So long as it's easier for you to use, why not? Is it nice to support Brothers brand? Well, why not? But is it But in the end, is Zycar really, really that bad? Probably not, because they have a large amount of market share, right? They wouldn't have been such a big market share if they were not good, right? I
haven't had this problem with any Zycar cutters, so just saying.
But here's a question with here's a pen, sell me this pen, kind of thing, that kind of question, right? So in the end, do I feel better to use loaded stuff or vertical stuff right now? I do, but does that mean I stop using my Calibri cutter? No. I still use this for the V-cuts. So, yeah, in the end, use whatever makes you feel better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, today I literally, like, in the morning, I was working down here until probably 3 a.m., passed out on the table. And then next thing I was like, I had the plan today. I was like, you know what? Today's Monday. I'm gonna get some stuff done. My grandfather-in-law has asked me to, put some music together, and all that stuff. I was like, okay, today I'm gonna do some chores. I'm gonna, go out there to see if I can find a nice piece of, like, French style prime rib on the bone. and then and then come back, and I'm gonna start thinking about what I want to do with my other hobby. Now you guys know that I buy a lot of toy, like serious amount of toy. I have so much toy that on the side of this table I have a shelf. I have to nail 2x4 bars on top of that shelf just to keep it straight because the amount of weight my toy is pushing down. If I don't have that 2x4, the whole thing breaks and then falls down. Even right now with the 2x4, it's still bowing time to time. So every so often I had to replace that 2x4. I have that much toy. So I was like, you know what? I'm already doing cigar stuff. I'm on an upstairs. I could, record some toy reviews, on things that I have, so that in the future, when I no longer play with these toys, at least there's a video of me, talking about those toys somewhere, and then that, I was thinking about that before I passed out. Wake up first thing, babe, there's water leaking out the lights. I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
Sorry about the squeaky noise, the dog's barking. Every day.
Life. So I ran upstairs. I saw one of the LED lights dripping water. I was like, if this is dripping up there, it must be soaked. Get clothes on and then go into the attic. Saw it's dripping down. I was like, fuck. We just snowed a few days ago. It didn't leak, and today you had to leak. Really, out of all the days, you had to choose a Monday. Really ruined my groove. Like I couldn't get things done right. I literally, I don't usually take a bath in the morning. Literally, I took a bath at around 10:30 today.
Hey, it used to happen on Monday instead of Sunday, where they had a weekend call out. That'd cost you a lot more than $500.
Oh no, it'll cost just as much. I think the guy would just charge me emergency anyway. Call him first in the morning. Yeah. So there was not an appointment. It was just call him to show up, So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd much rather it not happen because it's a new roof. You would think that everything's good, but shit happens.
Yeah.
That's life.
Well, how long ago did you replace the roof?
3 years ago. The whole entire roof is brand new.
Well, they should have some kind of warranty on that. So
yeah, but the leak wasn't through the roof. The leak was through that vent.
Right, but they still roofed around it. I mean, they still have to fix all that stuff when they're up there.
They roof around it. No, when they replace the roof, they replace the roof. They don't replace whatever that's old that's there, the piping and all that stuff. They make sure the sides are sealed. But I think the leak is from that vent on the top where the gap is, where they screwed down originally. Basically, that cover was not meant for this.
So the guy put the right one on then?
Or the guy's going to put the right one on there.
Oh.
So right now there's a tarp on it. So he went out, grabbed a piece of the gutter, slide the gutter over the vent. So the vent looks like this, right? He had the gutter on here, so the water gets diverted to the side, and he put a tarp over it. So that's how it looks like right now. So it literally is that. I mean, I can't even blame the guy who did the roofing. The roofing is correct. The roof is fine. If you leak through the pipe, the cover, that's not from them. So I can't even blame them because, if the guy comes up and says, hey, your roofing is bad, it's leaking through your roofing. So I'm like, but this guy's like, that cover is not even the right cover. I don't know why they use this cover. All you need is the right cover. And I was like, okay. Right, so it's sometimes, in a way, anything that money can resolve, it's actually not that bad. It's just annoying, right? Anything money can resolve is not bad. Anything money cannot resolve, then we have big issues.
Well, money can do anything. You just have to have the money.
No, but then that's the thing. There's always ways to find money, right? Rob the bank, whatever, But what I'm saying is that, let's say you cannot resolve death.
Well, right.
Yeah, money cannot resolve that. You got bigger problems, right?
Right.
No matter how much money you have, you can't resolve death. You can resolve certain disease that cannot be resolved by money. Like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. You can't buy back those memory even you have money. You can't just say, you know what, hey, spend that $500 million, you get to have a USB of your old memories. Every morning you just install it. Can't have that. So
But it seems like these types of things always happen around the holidays, right?
At least it's not on Thanksgiving. Because I'll literally stand there like, thanks.
Right. Biting my turkey now.
So I told my wife, like, oh, it's $550. My wife's like, oh, that's it? I thought it was going to be $3,000. It's like $3,000 I buy the entire roof.
Yeah, right.
My wife is so chill about it once she has announced it to me. She knows the only way to get me up is to scream upstairs because I'm in the basement. I can't hear it. So she screamed. I ran up. She was super calm. She's like, yeah, just, she put a bucket under it. She didn't even wipe the floor. The floor's still wet. She just put a bucket there. So yeah, I was like, was like wiping the floor, and she's like so chill. She's like, drinking her morning tea and everything, checking her computers. Even had a meeting while I was running into the attic. She's totally fine. She's like, whatever. I was like, dude, really? Yeah, my wife's so chill on that. I was like, oh my god. It was funny because today I actually planned it to buy some cigars from Little Guy Cigar Shop because, it was running specials. Shadow Smoke Legion members got great discounts and stuff like that. So I was gonna look into some cigars, and I would have had a great day if this didn't happen because the Year of the Bull actually shipped out today.
Nice.
And I was like, oh god, I could have a good day, but something had to happen.
Well, I guess I need Michael's thing, and I can't place an order, but call him.
This cigar's actually pretty good. Overall, very smooth, a lot of flavor. Even though this is Dominicano, right? I don't know. This looks like a Habano, and it has that Habano characteristic, but there's not particular of any flavor that stand out that's not typical of a Habano. You got pepper, cedar, woodsy flavor, a little bit of sweetness at the end of that, like at the end of the smoke. It's pretty good, pretty easy to smoke. But I think that usually if I see this band, I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't have bought it. Some band looks very cheesy.
Looks a little flashy.
It's like a flag with the lions and everything, you see?
Mm.
So, the band looks quite cheesy. So I probably wouldn't have bought it. Even though I know that La Aurora is an actual brand, right? It's a very recognizable brand. But when I see decoration like this, you always think like, is that a knockoff brand or something like that? Somebody just threw it together. But overall, it's a good cigar. It's actually, I can imagine somebody had a daily smoke on this one. It's actually not bad.
I have to go back and look at my humidor or wait till Michael jumps on. I saw he's going to jump on, but the EP Carrillo, it's a Maduro. It's got a blue band, foot band.
I got EP Carrillo got a blue. EP Carrillo.
I got some more down in my humidor. I need to go. I could pull one out. I really like that cigar. I sat out in front of my hotel when I got to California last week and on a Sunday. Smoked that by myself, sitting out there, looking like a creeper. Hotel, watching videos.
Oh god. Okay, let me see if I can find it. If I just look at the EPC cigars.
And I'll tell you what,
blue. You say blue fruit bands?
Yeah.
Shoot. Hold on a second.
Willie says La Historia. Is that yours?
No, La Historia. No, this is La Aurora. I think he mean La Historia is the name. Hold on. La Historia, the band has like a building on it, almost like a building. It has a light blue foot band. It's got a middle band too, a red middle band.
I don't remember seeing a red band on it.
It says Perez Carrero on it.
Right. Oh, maybe it does. I know. I remember it did have two bands up top.
Two band on top, a light blue foot band on the bottom. So whoever said, Willie Pinero said it correctly. I think that's the band. That's the one you're looking at.
If that's the right one, I have to go back and look or get one. I might grab one for my second smoke.
Oh, is this still available? Holy shit! Can I buy this right now? Can I buy this? It's $400. EP Carrera had a 10th anniversary limited sampler. The box is super cool. It's got the EP logo right in the center that sticks out of the box. That's a cutout in the middle. And it's got 10 cigars on each side, 20 cigars. And it's basically, one side has the Encore 10th anniversary Figurado. The other side has the La Historia anniversary Figurado. So it comes to $400. I thought about buying it a lot. But like, that's the two cigars that, even though they're good, I didn't particularly feel like they're worth, $20 each.
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, they're kind of hit and miss on some of their brands, and it's so I don't know that oh shit, you just said the name of it. The one
La Historia or the Encore.
The Encore. That's the one I kind of had an issue with that Brandon said he'd replaced, but I mean, it's no big deal, but it was okay. It was just an okay cigar.
And they actually was like what, number 1 or number 2 cigar of the year a couple years ago.
Yeah. It's
but
right.
it feels like $8 and change cigar, but over here, because it's $400, obviously the box has something to do with it. I just constantly had to ask myself, is it worth $400? Would you because you don't smoke EP Carrera out that much. Right. The box is there, but is that something that you want to go with? I mean, it is $400. And if I didn't have to fix my roof today, I'd probably buy it right now. But anyways, give me a couple seconds. What happened? Michael needs the code. What happened is mailman's here. I think they have some of my cigars that I ordered, so I'm gonna go get that cigar in the mailbox. Nothing better than unboxing, right?
I'll talk to the folks on the other side. Quakes, Willie, Joseph, Jeff left.
All the cool people. All right, I'll be right back.
Michael. Quakes, I see what you're smoking there, the Sereno, Connecticut. I'm not sure if I've had the Connecticut. I've had the Maduro. I like the Maduro a lot. Really good cigar. Michael, you need to hurry up and jump on. Well, maybe I'll take this opportunity to talk some shit about about that cutter. Nobody can intervene. I wouldn't do that, brother. I'll give another shot, man. That cutter, another shot. But if not, it's going to my brother-in-law on Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Oh man, I thought it was cigars. Now that I look at the name, I don't think it's cigars.
Shoe polish?
Huh?
Shoe polish?
No, I think it's... Oh man, disappointed. I thought it was gonna be a cigar today. I thought it was... Michael, I sent you the code. I don't know if you got it. But anyways, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Very disappointed. Son of a... I think this is... Ah, man. You think things are going right? And you're like, oh yeah, cigar's coming today. Nope. Today is a smack in the face day.
You get those box cigars on Wednesday.
Say that again?
You should get those cigars, those Davidoffs on Wednesday.
I hope so, but you never know. It's USPS. Can't really tell. That's my new mouse.
Well, you can't be excited about that.
Well, no, because I bought this because, you know, I was like, you know what, buy a new mouse upstairs, why not? Because upstairs, I'm using a really old mouse. That mouse is probably more than 10 years old that I'm using upstairs. So it doesn't always register. I was like, you know what, I buy a mouse, you know, this mouse was like $80. So it's like, whatever. Buy one. But yeah. Not as exciting as a cigar. Unfortunately, today's one of those days. Nothing goes right. Nothing goes right. But that's okay. That's okay, because tomorrow it's got to be a better day, you know? Quick is smoking in Sereno, Connecticut, you know? He's enjoying his day. You know, Joseph Woodruff ordered a box today from Little Guy Cigar Shop because he couldn't do it yesterday. I'm pretty sure he wanted to do it yesterday. He couldn't do it yesterday. But, you know, looks like Woodruff was like on the road, you know, because he ordered some like coffee the other day, right? You know, all the way and all that stuff, and then now cigars. He's gonna have a good.
Here goes the shit.
Someone want to show off their cigar mechanic hat today? You know, that flax is amazing because how much of that logo is just literally on there.
Dude, it's a lot.
It's on there. It's on there.
That's what happens when you're a top tier Patreon supporter.
Top two what?
Top tier Patreon supporter.
I see. These? No, I make these as a sample just for myself. Yeah, I don't have these now available because I actually literally just made two for myself. Nobody wants it, you know. Nobody wants this because nobody want to be like Bill Belichick. Nobody want to be like him. So I just like this because I can wear a long sleeve inside, but not having to wear another long sleeve outside. So lay in bed. I hope you feel better.
Wow. Yeah, mine's been trying to for like 3 days as well, so I know the feeling.
Daniel Martin, I sent you the code earlier today. It's in your chat. So yeah.
See, Joseph Woodruff didn't mess around, so he bought a box of inch. He didn't fuck around, bro.
He bought a box of inch?
box of the inch natural.
Oh, inch! Holy crap!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you don't fuck around, dog.
You got all the sizes of the inch?
No, I've got the 5x62 and the 6 1/8 by 64, the original size.
Joe, let me know what size you want, and I'll go order two and let you know how much it is. How's that? You know, if you want. I think the minimum order, whatever. I'll just order some. I don't care. If you really want it. But you know the rule is that only the special version gets gray, so you're gonna probably get black. So yeah. No work for you today, Michael?
I'm off this week.
Oh, nice.
My last bit of time off until next year.
Oh yeah, Christmas. You gotta be busy, right? Christmas is bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah. Joe, I'll look into it and I'll let you know. All right, I don't know even know if they still carry this, but I'll find out. What is going on, Daniel Martin?
What's going on, guys?
Day night. No.
No.
Just another Monday, or I guess this is a particularly crappy Monday. But, you know, gives me an excuse to have some more coffee and some more cigars, right?
Right.
So why are you smoking, Michael? Oh, how predictable.
A lovely Casa Cuevas Maduro.
What about you, Daniel? What are you smoking today?
Brulee Blue.
Brulee Brew. I swear that swinging cap. I'm telling you, that's swinging cap. But nobody believes me, but whatever, you know. Because what do we know? None of us knows anything unless you're Saka. If you're Saka, you know everything.
Don't believe the blender and what he says.
Yeah,
Anything
right.
like that.
Do you believe what the cigarette company tells you about cigarettes?
No. Daniel, you got a short sleeve shirt on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is it
Yeah, I
nice
know.
and-
It's supposed to be the nicest day for like 2 weeks. It's 48.
Oh my dude, that's cold as hell. What the hell is wrong with you?
He's trying
Nice here.
to appear that he's hot, so you know, wife will get home earlier and have date night.
No, we have a house full of kids now. There's no date night for a while.
Try to explain to them, you know, how parents had to wrestle sometimes, you know, WWF, WWE, Raw.
That's right.
I think the first cigar I'm going to smoke when Tim Coffee gets in my house will be the H Natural. I think that will be a good pairing, except that it will take a while. You need a lot of coffee to go with that. It will take a while. So yeah, what was I talking about?
You guys were talking about how the Encore's not that good. It's not worth the
No,
money.
no. I didn't say the Encore wasn't that good, but it's definitely
I'm just
not
kidding.
number 2 cigar or number 1 cigar of the year good.
It's number one.
Yeah, oh, I said number 1, number 2, or number 1. Yeah, it's definitely not that kind of good. Is it an easy smoke? Yes. Could it be an everyday smoke? Yes, if the price was, you know, was good, right?
Yeah,
to me, that's like a
it's $11 stick. So
yeah, but it, you know, to me that feels like a 8.5, A75 cigar.
The thing that's good about it is it's got a lot of transitions in it. That is a nice thing about it. That's where I can see where like the rating was kind of high, but you know it's good. I mean, it's not
But that
like it's not
transition only shows like yesterday we were talking about it. If you smoke a cigar a lot, you will not pick up that transition anymore.
good. Yeah.
So, you know, at that point, is it an $11 cigar, $12 cigar? It doesn't feel that way. It feels like $8 something cigar.
Right now, if you buy them, they're like $8.
There you go.
Not that box I was looking at. You know what I'm talking about, the EP Carrillo 10th anniversary limited box.
Oh yeah. That's
I won
expensive.
that. But like, I don't want to spend $400 on it because
Exactly.
you know, if you ask me, I'll spend the $400 on Davidoff. So
Well, look at that. You could get 4 boxes of freaking the Pledge when they have those.
exactly, and I probably will get at least 2 boxes of those that
Yeah.
I know of. So that's the problem. Like I don't, you know, even though the box looks great, and I found it online, I just don't want to spend the money on it. I don't know. It will have
That's
made
how
me
it
feel
was
great
on
today,
that.
but I don't want to.
That new CEO one that's all lit up and all that, or CAO
Yep.
one that's all lit up and all that. I almost bought it for the flash, and then I was like, man, I like other sticks better than this. Why am I spending the money for a box?
Exactly.
You know, I am buying a box of that. So.
Are you Visions? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Visions?
I
I
am.
mean, the box is cool as hell. Don't get me wrong.
I am getting that box. I'm just waiting for it to become available because it's sold out a lot of places. So yeah, and when it comes back out, I'm buying another one. I'm just waiting for it to be available. It is a long stick. It looks like 7x50. It's a long stick.
It's Churchill.
I am not ignoring the Facebook comments. You say that, you know, it's how's everything going on here. We've been talking about what everything's going on here. I read it. Sounds like a website.
Maurice.
Hold on. Yeah, it's not available right now. Back order. Yeah, I'm not ignoring you, Maurice, but Uncle Tony is disappointed and not happy, and that's, you know, I talked about that in the very beginning of the show. So yeah, yesterday we had a pretty good chat, right, Michael? You say?
Yeah, it was good. I was letting the plane fly over. Yeah, it was good. Everybody enjoyed it. Tim said Tim told me thanks for like jumping on in his absence and shit.
Oh, down to the nub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jumped on at the
What?
last.
Tim didn't tell me anything.
It's because I'm important.
I know.
Not really. No, it's because he was because he as soon as he saw the tracking got delivered on this Hydro Flask, he sent me a message. He's like, "So little birdie told me that it just got delivered." I was like, I just opened it. I was like, "Yeah, it did."
I thought we were friends. I didn't get one. I'm so sad.
You're not a Patreon supporter of Down to the
What
Nub.
did you get? The Hydro Flask? Yeah, I got one too.
It's nice. But that's what he said. He said they wanted to make sure all the people that have been like Patreon supporters from day one got something, special or whatever.
I wasn't day one. I'm trying, and see, that's the thing. I try to not to do Patreon because I want to be fair. If I do one Patreon, I have to do everybody's Patreon kind of thing. Like it's like.
I do the Legion, Martine, and Down to the Nub.
Yeah, I usually spend the money back on the Legion. So, especially this year, can't afford anything.
Very true.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I don't know. Life is that way. I'm trying not to be a downer today, but then like nothing happening. That's like kind of really happy. Other than go to Little Guy Cigar Shop, buy some Ikipario, you get some hats and stuff like that. Well, chances to get some hats and stuff. So
that's if you buy Casa Cuevas.
Huh?
That's if you buy Casa Cuevas.
That's the Casa Cuevas? I thought it was the EP.
No, the EP Carrillo, you can get a cutter and lighter or a cutter. If you buy a Casa Cuevas, Brandon said it's gonna be Casa Cuevas. You have to buy at least a 5-pack to get an entry, and if you buy a box,
a lot of Casa Cuevas.
So.
You were out of the Reserva Natural though.
Yeah, I know. Somebody just bought the last box.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
No.
I
still got 2 boxes of those.
I got like 3/4 of a box, I think.
I'm still going to blame Tony.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
fine.
I knew that was coming, so I had to say that it wasn't me, but I knew that was coming. Yeah. Thanksgiving, Black Friday. What about Cyber Monday? So, you just gotta do this thing all the way through Cyber Monday, all the way to December 4th, right?
6th.
December 6th.
Yeah.
Well, I think they'll do it a little different this year. Everyone will.
Everybody's kind of doing a month-long thing to some extent. So.
But you kind of like defeat the purpose. It's called it Black Friday if you got to do a whole month.
Well, it's only because of COVID, though, I think.
It is.
In terms of the raffle, I think we'll do it on the week before Christmas then.
Cool.
We will do it. Did I do that? 19th. That gives everybody 2.5 weeks to literally buy their tickets. So I think that's enough.
Yeah. Should we?
Do we know someone that's gonna having a hard time buying sticks and stuff with COVID and all that? I got a crap load of sticks. I can send some to some people if we know some people struggling or something.
Everybody is struggling, but things that how much people are struggling, I don't know. Like usually when somebody say they're struggling, we'll know about it. But if anybody I know is struggling, but I do think that she's not looking for cigars right now, is Christina.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to focus on her life, try to, if you're friend with her on Facebook, you'll see that, she constantly posts picture about her kids and stuff like that. They're really going, the tickets go on sale on December 1st, yes. And I'm happy for her because it looks like the kids are happy. The kids look happy, she look happy. But I think that cigar right now to her will be a distraction.
Sure.
So, that's that. But hopefully, things get better for everybody. I know a lot of people are physical pain, more like a physical pain. Like, Travis couldn't smoke for there's 1 more week left. Right? What else? Who was just saying that their back thrown out? Huang is at back. I think Ilya was dealing with something too. I can't remember exactly. So everybody's kind of deal with physical pain and stuff like that. I pay a lot of attention to news, but the news only talk about COVID, right? They talk about the soonest you can get the vaccine is December 11.
Wow.
All right, that's the soonest, and that will be for people over 65, high risk pregnant women. All right, those are the 3 people that's got three type of people that will get it first. which is kind of weird because, like, after one company already came out and says our vaccine is 94.5% effective, the pharmaceutical in UK is like, hey, ours are 70% effective in preventing COVID.
How big is their test case though?
A lot. It was like 30,000 something people.
Okay. So they'll be like, they're like it's 90-some%. How many people did they,
It's actually in 3 stages already. So they have stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 tests already.
Okay.
So, like, obviously, I think one of the things about, emergency use is that you gotta have significant test results to be able to do that, right? And then they're not gonna do like, oh, we tested on 1,000 people. And 1,000 people, that 90% is bullshit if you gotta do 1,000 people. You know what I hate is a lot of times I see like things like testing, like when you see a cream or a lotion or something like that says, hyperallergenic, and then they look at the test sample, it's like 100 people. You're like, you call that a sample size? They have more people testing McDonald's hamburgers than your sample size. So I think the sample size, it's not even a sample size unless you can get at least 4 digits of people. Okay. At least 4 digits.
Shoot, my mom and my sister's boyfriend both tested positive last week.
I told my wife that. My wife actually asked if they're okay. And I told them that you're pretty chill about it. No tears on your eyes. So they should be okay right now.
No, they're good. My sister's boyfriend's been feeling better. He felt like he had the bad flu. My mom just feels like she's got like a kind of bad cold. So
they did say that people who regularly have cold or flu is going to have significant lower, problems. Like,
yeah.
Just got to feel like...
Your body's going to fight it better.
Yeah, your body's got to fight it. They even talked about...
I don't ever bring mine out. It's just sitting on my desk.
I mean, we know Michael have it. You have a whole box of it.
Got lots of them. Lots of coins. I've got it down to the nut poker chip too. You ain't got that.
I don't know.
I got one.
I never get it.
I know you got one. Would you have one of these?
Yes.
I know you do.
I have to guilt trip Tim to get me one next time.
I won mine when they had the Amendola stuff.
So, and they did talk about, like, to get the herd immunity, you must to have 70% of people doing that shot.
Okay.
So I was like, how do you get that number? 70% of people in the United States get vaccinated, and then the rest of people will be immune.
It's because I think the likelihood of it being contracted and spread is that much lower.
Yeah, it's not really a herd immunity. It's just that there's no way to get infected, so you're not getting it.
Well, yeah, it's like here, it was especially in Arizona, like a couple of years ago, they had a big thing, a resurgence of the measles, because you had so many kids not getting the vaccine when they're little anymore. And I'm like, well, that's part of the problem.
But you can still catch measles, so that's the problem.
Well, so they had a big influx of the anti-vaxxers. With their kids and shit. So of course that's gonna happen.
But the good thing is that only those anti-vaxxers will get it. Like, if you're vaccinated, you're fine. Like, the chance of catching measles nowadays are so low because, at birth, like 6 months in, you're already getting that measles shot. So
yeah, you get measles, mumps, rubella, and all that stuff.
And most people who catch measles are in younger age, like young people. So, probably have back injury, back surgery, legs get out when I'm walking. Currently, I'm walking around with a walker to get around and catch myself when the leg gets out. Yeah, if you're gonna have back surgery, do that soon. I mean, don't wait on it. Every day it gets worse. Every day gets worse. I hope you get better though. So yeah, in terms of disease, nowadays 2020, we define death. Right? Back in the day, the average survival age is 45 to 50, right? Chinese people have like 20 kids because out of that 20 kids, 3 or 2 will survive. Right? So, we're living a lot longer than we should nowadays. At least according to Social Security.
Yeah, that's no shit.
I'm surprised that we're still doing Social Security because none of us are getting any loans.
I don't know. Shit'll be 75 years of age. You'll be able to collect it by the time, like, I would be eligible, I'm sure.
2 things I don't support. I don't support Social Security, and I don't support 401k. I hate 401k.
I don't like 401ks either. They're a fucking
401k.
scam.
Because 401k is not a savings account. You'll still lose all your money if the market go down. Did you say something, Daniel?
I said, yep, that is true.
During the last market crash, a lot of people's 401k became 01k. So that's, in a way, the finance industry in that perspective is a scam because you're paying other people to play with your money, right? Yeah, they have software that predicts market trend and stuff like that, but still, they're playing with your money, right? And whatever the money that you're making currently, they buy and sell your money all the time. You have no control of it. You're giving them the funding. You're not getting anything on top of that. You're not avoiding any tax. You defer your tax. All right. The people who put money in 401k, do not forget, you still owe them tax when you take it out. All right.
Yeah, and then you'll owe more tax on if you make money on it.
Yep, capital gain too. And when you take it out, you pay more tax. All right, and tax rate is only higher and higher every year. You're not gonna get lower tax rate. I can tell you that it's not going back lower. All right, you gotta get only higher and higher because U.S. owes more money, and every year we owe more money. All right, so chances are when you retire, you take out your 401k, you gotta pay way more tax than you should now. Right? So if you take the money and put it in your bank, it's probably better because at least you'll make that 2% and you already pay tax on it. You're not going to have any more capital gain tax when you use it. Right? In fact, it's probably better if you just buy gold with that money. Right? And live like a baller. Every time it's like you go out and buy something, just chip in a piece of gold. There you go. Right? No tax on that one. Right? So a lot of people feel like that is the retire plan. That is not the best retirement plan. I mean, eventually you run out of your money, right? 401k, you spend it, it's gone, right? Social Security, you pay tax on that too, all right? People don't remember that, all right? It's like, oh yeah, we'll get receive this amount of money, we'll be fine. Well, no, you pay tax on that. When you receive your Social Security, you pay tax on that. When you receive your unemployment, you pay tax on that. Dude, I already don't have a job, you gotta tax me on the money I'm getting? Scam, big scam, right? If you think about it, big scam. Uncle Sam has their foot in everything, and it's really weird too. Like nowadays, in a situation where you can't even save cash. Michael, if you say, let's say, if you start saving cash today, 10 years later, you have $300,000 in cash in your house. The moment you put into the savings account, IRS is on your ass.
Oh yeah, anything over 10,000, man, you're screwed.
Right? No, 10,000, that's fine. There's sometimes they will just report it. $10,000 is okay. They will just report it. But if you got like $50,000 and up, you're like, where did you get that money? Well, I'm sorry, I can't save cash nowadays. You gotta pay capital gain because dude, I already pay tax on these money. These are my money, cash. And then they want you to prove it and all that stuff. How do I prove that I save $1 every single day or something like that? How do you prove that? Like, how do I just happen to, take out $10 and save that $10 every day, cash, so that I can sleep on the bit of money, and get all those money germs on me. I want to do that. But now I had to prove it to the government that I actually saved money. Right? Everything that's not in the bank account gets reported. That doesn't even make sense. You can't save cash money anymore, right? A lot of old people, back the previous generation, they save cash. They don't trust banks, right? So when they die, they pass it down to their kids. They explain to the IRS.
How in the hell did you get a lump sum of $500,000?
You know, we had a time capsule. And being really honest, I remember back in 95, the estimated total amount of money you need to retire was $1 million. Right? Nowadays, it's $2.2 million. You know, it's only like 20 years later. Now you need double that to survive because money is worth shit. Money worth less and less every year.
Inflation, baby.
Yeah. You know, couldn't we have some deflation?
That would be awesome.
And you know why we have that much inflation? Because U.S. no longer make anything. We become consumers, right?
Exactly. Like, people don't understand that. They're like, oh, well, this stuff would get more expensive. For a short term, yes. But then your money will be worth more in the end, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I remember back in the day, U.S. anything that's made in USA was the most expensive thing ever. And nobody batted an eyes to buy it. Right? You know, some people buy a knife. You know, you look at a knife that's made in China, it probably costs you what, $20, $30, right? Made in Swiss is probably like $100. Made in USA, like $200-$300. But people will buy that $200-$300 because it says made in USA on it, right? Nowadays, you'll be lucky if you find one, right?
You can go buy a nice bench-made pocket knife for $200.
I'm in turn of walking out to the market and just like, I want to buy a knife.
Yeah, you can go do that. The Benchmade is sold everywhere, almost.
Not here.
Kershaw.
Kershaw's good too.
Like, I end up buying all the Swiss Army knife and stuff like that because they're not made in China.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have hardly any knives that are made overseas.
No, you want American steel.
Yeah.
Right? So as you get older and you start to realize like what happened, what, like, you know, when the people start to say that everything made in USA costs more, right? But there's a difference between cost more and considered expensive, right? Cost more and expensive are two different things, right? Cost more, expensive. When something's worth it, it's not expensive.
People don't do the math is the problem. So they don't see that they're going to buy that cheap one, and then later on they're going to buy another cheap one, and then another cheap one. And so you're going to end up spending the same amount of fucking money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or more.
People need to kind of do the math, right? If you can buy a really bad one, right? It will last you a year, two. You got to buy a new one, right? But when you do that a few times over, you're constantly using a knife that you're not used to because every year so much they change the look, they change the grip or whatever. Where you can buy a knife that will last you like 20 years, and it literally becomes something that like extension of your arm, right? You know how to use it, you know how much it's gonna cut, all that stuff. Why wouldn't you buy something that will last you 20 years? And that particular thought process only goes through some people's mind, like, okay, I'll buy a Rolex. It's gonna last me 2 lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, but you wouldn't buy a knife that will last you a lifetime.
Right?
Well, I think a lot of people do, though. I think with guns and knives, you get a lot more of the patriotic.
I would not like.
Other things.
See, I don't have the license
saying.
to buy guns, but I would never buy a gun that says made in China on it.
Unless it's an AK.
I don't care if it says AK. I do not want to blow up my hands. It's gonna jam. It's gonna have delay fire. I'm not gonna deal with that.
No, I don't have any guns that are made overseas at all. Zero.
Nope. Well, I do.
Well, Glock.
I don't have a Glock anymore. I don't have an XDM anymore.
I still don't understand why Glock don't have a safety.
You don't need it. My everyday carry, my Smith & Wesson M&P Shield doesn't have a safety on it.
I
Don't
feel
they have
safer when
the,
there's a safety.
Beaver grip safety, though?
On what?
Doesn't the Shield have the beaver grip safety? No.
No, I got zero safeties on my. Mine's what they call it, a freaking like LE model, because it's got no safety on it whatsoever, which is fine because I'm left-handed, and so the safeties don't work for me anyways.
Well, because there's no safety, some states can't sell Glocks.
Yeah.
Because there's no safety.
Big deal.
Oh, wow.
Don't live in that state.
Well, that's the difference between a novice and someone that has been buying and changing guns on a regular basis. So I don't know. I'm just saying, in terms of production, I would like to buy things that everything I want to buy. Like I would love if my table says "Made in USA" on it. If I, nothing I buy nowadays is "Made in USA" on it. Nothing.
Everything that I buy, I always consider to make sure it's going to last me and get the most bang for my buck.
Unfortunately, nowadays, because the way manufacturing is in the U.S., best thing for your buck is really not the best thing. Think of it this way, okay? TV that's made in USA.
Well, I meant I'll spend more for a better product.
Yeah, but then again, you wouldn't made in USA. What I'm saying is that because we don't have a lot of those, U.S. has become more and more of a white collar country, right? So because we have more people that's becoming white collar, less and less people are in the trade, quality went down. And that goes into that vicious cycle where, nothing's made in USA. Even if it does, quality went down because no one's learning the trade. And because quality went down, you feel like that item is more expensive. Right? Because if the quality is still there, you wouldn't feel like that thing is too expensive. Right? You would think like that's got to last me a long time because it's made in USA. But nowadays, because the craftsmanship and the quality has went down from U.S. manufacturing, you're like, what's the difference between buying U.S. and China? Because you can't trust the manufacturing. Right?
I don't know. Tools are a different thing all the way together.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that everything I like that, but I'm saying internal majority of the stuff that you could have bought today. Well, normal consumer. I mean, obviously tools. There's a lot of people in the U.S. still work on their own cars and stuff like that, so they rely on tools. No doubt there are still some crappy tool manufacturing in the U.S. Right? There are some brands that you would not buy over your dead body. You would not buy it.
Matco.
Pittsburgh, bro.
That's what's made in China. He's talking like quality brands. I don't like Matco. I hate Matco.
Yeah, I'm not into Matco or Cornwell.
I don't like Cornwell either. I've broken so much Matco shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
I
and if you use tool a lot, you will be able to tell, but majority of the people don't. And then they buy a set of tool and then not realize that tool is like a toy. Right? When you get a socket and the socket strips, you're like, what? A socket can strip?
Yep. Well, yeah, you end up causing more damage to the nut or the bolt that you're trying to break loose with them cheap ass tools than actually, if you had tools to do the job, which, the common home work guy working on his equipment doesn't know any better. You know what I mean? You just go to, back in the day, you used to go to Sears and get Craftsman shit and, and goddamn.
Joseph just talked about Craftsman.
It was at least okay though. Now you can't even get American-made Craftsman except for like the screwdrivers and shit because they're made by Allied is the only reason why.
Right.
I have so many Craftsman tools back in the day because Sears sells them, and they're like, they would it. Now for Asian thing would think that that's where to buy tools, but so many broke on me, so I stopped buying them. I was like, there's no different. I just buy any brand.
Oh yeah, my beat-on tools, stuff that I don't like worry about too much is all my American-made Craftsman stuff. I don't have any of the Chinese Craftsman shit.
I mean, I think Sears went out of business because of Craftsman.
I still have all my old Craftsman stuff. I mean, it's not old, but early 90s type of stuff where it was still made in America type of shit. It was pretty decent then, but I took a wrench back because the open-end wrench spread on it, and they had me on the phone with some guy in India, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, fuck it. It ain't that big of a deal. I have Snap-on shit at home. I'm not just, fuck it, dude.
Dude, I had to replace a half-inch drag ratchet, and they go and they bring me out a Chinese one. Okay. And I was like, no, because the gears aren't even the same in that bitch. I mean, I know they're coarse, but like the spread's way different. I'm like, no. So it took them. They had to order one from the other Sears on the other side of town and get it from me over there the next day and shit. I was like, good. Replace something good with something good. Don't give me something that's fucking a quarter of the cost. Well, it's Craftsman anyways. It ain't that great, but shit.
Back in the day, Craftsman had the professional series, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, and I had those wrenches, and I still have them. They're extra long, and they're that triple chrome or whatever the hell it is. Well, he was trying to give me one of them little short 10mm wrenches to replace it. And I'm like, no, bro, that's a professional wrench. I spent the extra money on that. I don't want that cheap ass shit. Like,
That's right.
he was like, well, we don't make that anymore. And I'm like, well, fuck it, just give it back. He gave me 2 of those in replace and just gave me my old one back too. And I said, fine, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really hard. It's really hard nowadays to find quality stuff and then really expect quality. Like people come to not expect quality anymore because things are cheap, right? Things are made in China. Things are cheap. If it broke, replace it, right? You know how many dumbass online that will actually accidentally do something stupid and break their LCD TV, LED TV, and then literally they'll just have a laugh and then just replace it because how cheap it is, right? Because it's made all overseas, right?
Well, that's the thing is this just generation is all about throw away everything, you know, cars, fucking everything. It's like, damn, whatever happened to holding on to shit? And,
I took apart my old LCD TV because the power board went out of it. And I was like, well, there's got to be something simple. So I tested everything. The power board was bad, and I replaced it, and now it works. And I don't know what to do with it, but it works now.
Yeah, you know, remember my screen? Hey!
Hey guys, how are you?
what's up? Good, how are you?
See, she came home for date night right there.
That's right.
Oh my God. Is it
It's only
Wednesday?
Monday. It's only Monday.
It's gonna be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Happy days.
How funny.
What you doing?
Not much. I was just coming to say hi. So, all right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, I remember back in the day where you can have things and it will just last forever. Like, you know, my grandparents-in-law, they're still using old things, old things, right? And it would like it'll last forever. Like, well, they're not the same comparison, but back in the day, TV would last until like it absolutely starts to smoke and burn down, right? Today's TV, watch it for a year or 2 years, it'll go bad. And then you'll be like, dude, the new TVs are way better and half the price.
Dude, my grandpa, he fixed his tube TV that he had forever. It was a cabinet tube. He fixed that thing so many damn times. He just finally got rid of it like 5 years ago. And he got that thing in 70-something.
Am I the only one that feel like back in the day when I watched tube TV, it was more clear than watching the old shows on an LED TV?
Oh, it is. It was.
Like when I was like, I don't remember seeing these like image that bad. I remember being able to see their face and stuff like that, but like when you put it on the new TV and watch it, it's like, what the hell?
Well, the video quality back then was a lot different.
But like, if you take a like a videotape, and then go to a old machine, an old TV, it will be clear. But then you take the same thing and then just plug it into a brand new LED. And you were like, I can't see this guy's face.
Yeah, it looks bad. Oh no.
Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was watching something the other day on YouTube, and there is a freaking Blockbuster Video still open in Bend, Oregon. It's the last one still open.
Wow.
I thought that one closed.
What do they rent?
Crazy.
I thought they closed. They become something else now.
Did it? Well, that one said it was still open. It was the last
You
one.
rent DVDs? What the fuck they rent?
I don't know. It was like five. It had a sign that said like out of 5,000 stores, they were the very last one still open. And I was like, holy shit, that was crazy.
Located
That was always a
in Bend,
big deal
Oregon.
to go on Friday or Saturday night and rent a couple movies.
Heck yeah.
That
That was like a big outing.
Yep.
I was all excited, man.
Hell yeah, get some popcorn and hell yeah, man.
Oh, it's after the last spring location on Planet last spring location on Australia closed. It's still open. Wow. I heard it somewhere. Somebody converted to something else. I can't remember where I heard that news. Like somebody converted last Blockbusters something else. But apparently they're still
Believe
open.
it, man.
Is it
That's
still
kinda-
the same company, like old Blockbuster company, or did someone buy the name? Or
Somebody, it must be like a franchise owner. But
I don't even think. No, I think it's not like anybody can open a store called Blockbuster right now because that company doesn't exist.
But it's got all the same, all the logos, the format.
You can use anything because that company no longer exists and they don't own the rights to the logo anymore.
But they said they were the last one from all the branches, so.
Did you guys see Danny broke out and started his company?
No,
again?
actually, no. Here's the news. World last blockbuster transformed into 90s themed Airbnb.
What did you say, Daniel?
Danny Vasquez started his Voyager company again.
That's what I was telling Tony the other night.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's bringing back the Voyage.
Or Voyage.
So yeah, August 11. August 11, that last blockbuster became Airbnb. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about that last time, right? Like, we're not too worried about it, because no, first of use. Plus, it's a common name. Voyage is a term, right? You can't
didn't he give you some crap when
he
did?
did? He did, because a lot of people were posting on Instagram, and then they were like, oh no, he have a trademark. He owns a trademark on it. His own word is that he owns a trademark on it. The thing is that you can't own a trademark on it if you never filed it. That's number one. You have first of use, but that company no longer exists, right? So your trademark will be this company, that name, right?
Yeah.
But that company don't exist anymore. So even when you relaunch it, it'll be Roma Craft Voyage. It'll be different item. So I'm not too worried about it. So
No, it's because it's not like you labeled it and marketed it and then say like a shop was selling it, so it doesn't matter.
It's very typical stuff. I mean, even when we did our trademark, they literally warned us: you cannot trademark the word shadow, you cannot trademark smokers or Legion.
Yeah, but you can trademark the whole logo together.
You can trademark the whole logo together. You can trademark Shadow Smokes Legion as its use because now it's an entity, but Voyage was not an entity. So you can't do that. I mean, if I imagine try to sue everybody, call any.
God damn.
For example, there's so many company named Three Gorges Chinese restaurant.
Named what?
Three Gorges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Massachusetts there's like 5 or 6 of those, and all owned by a different owner. You can find Three Gorges restaurant pretty much everywhere. Imagine if I start a company named China.
Do you guys ever go to restaurants just because it's got a cool name?
I have.
So have I. But I don't go to a lot of places. But we had this one. It's called Divine Bovine. And I was like, it's a burger joint. And I was like, all right. They got awesome burgers. But I wanted to try just because of the name. I was like, yeah, it's going to be cool.
The thing about the restaurant with cool name is that usually their food is not that good.
Oh, this place, their food's freaking awesome.
Well, yeah, obviously you gotta find some hidden gems here and there, right? But like a lot of people, like they focus emphasis on the being cool, and then they forgot that food needs to taste good too.
We got this these brothers. Actually, I work with their other brother. It's called Serial Grillers. Everything on the menu is based off like horror movie serial killers and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, their food is freaking awesome, and it's a cool ambiance when you go in there. Everything's like red and black, and it's got all that kind of like vibe to it, and that's a cool place. I'm picky as fuck. My wife knows that. If we go somewhere, I have no problem being like, this food is terrible. Why did I pay for this?
You can trademark a word that identify your company or your product. Well, Voyage doesn't identify a product. It's a cigar. What cannot be trademarked? Here we go. What cannot be trademarked? Not all words can be trademarked. In order for a term function as mark and thus qualify for registration, a mark must serve as an indicator of the source of origin of relevant goods or services. So if certain word or phrase fail to distinguish the source of good and service from those of another, then such word will be incapable of trademark registration.
Right.
So if I go out there, I say Voyage, you must be able to identify, oh, that's a cigar. An example of something that you cannot trademark will be drive safely. Occupy, Boston Strong. Those are widely used messages you cannot trademark. So yeah, you might have first of use, but can't really trademark. Like cigar mechanic, that identifies him.
Yeah.
Right? He can trademark cigar mechanic, but you cannot trademark cigar or mechanic. So yeah, we're good. Woo! So let's see. Oh, you know what? Maurice is right. I did ignore some of the message on the Facebook part because it didn't score. I forgot it doesn't score. Hi, Michael Carter and Mike Clark. Sorry, I didn't notice you guys are here until now because literally the message doesn't score itself. Of course. That's what happens when you do all those things in different places. Yeah. And Joseph Woodrow says his voyage is probably not better than our voyage blend. Yeah, probably. Like we already talked about this, right? There's so many companies right now call their cigar Year of the Rat. And literally, from what I heard, like Drew Estate will sue anybody who used any word of rats in their in their cigar at all.
It's so dumb.
Right? They were like, you use rat, what rat? Velvet rat, this rat, block rat. And they usually just bully you, right? Because you wouldn't want to spend the time to go to the court and stuff like that. They just bully you.
Yeah.
Cease and desist.
And they're doing touch and goes with these B-52s left and right today. What the hell?
B-52?
Yeah, airplanes. I live right across the street from Air Force Base.
You know, I used to live right next to the Air Force Base right here called the Henscom. And every time, if you see a helicopter flowing now somewhere not moving, something's wrong.
Dude, freaking well, and then we've got the Border Patrol station right here too for the Tucson sector. And so, like, they'll take off in the Blackhawks, and then they've got their other helicopter they use. So it's nothing but, during the day, it's nothing but aircraft noises, which is okay.
Here's a question for you, though. Do you feel safer to live right next to a military base?
Where I live, it doesn't matter because not like 70 miles away, we've got one of the biggest intel bases, Fort Huachuca, one of the Army bases out here. So you got Fort Huachuca out here. You've got Davis-Monthan here where they do a lot of like repairs and all that stuff. We've got Raytheon missile systems out here. It doesn't matter. We've got so much crap around here. It doesn't, like, you could want to feel safe or not feel safe. It doesn't matter. We've got missile silos all over the place around here.
No, like I'm saying that because back in the days when 9/11 happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's like, we're safe. We're right next to an Air Force Base, blah, 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 right? And half the people were like, no, see, if somebody gonna attack you, they attack your military base first.
I would say that I'd feel somewhat safe because of all the missiles that we have around here, I guess.
But that's the thing, just because we have missiles, remember, 9/11 was an example, Pentagon, the safest place on Earth, probably.
I don't know. I don't ever try to think about that too much. It doesn't matter.
The Pentagon was not the safest place because of the airplane that crashed into it. But I guarantee now that the security has stepped way up on that.
Oh yeah, the airspace is like probably ridiculously patrolled now.
Oh yeah, and I live real close to an Air Force Base right here, and it feels safe. And I can see where people say, yeah, there's probably the first place they'll hit, but there's so many bases that they can't hit all of them, and there's missile silos that are out there that we don't even know about that are hidden.
How about this? Would you feel safer to live closer or further away from a county jail?
Further.
Further away? Why would you want to live near it?
Because you would think the criminal wouldn't want to go near a jail cell.
Well, no, jails are usually in low status areas.
Yeah, we've got we've got ours that's on the other side of town. Oh yeah.
Right? Because the people would think that the criminal want to leave that area and not get to that area.
That's what's funny is we've got the Pima County Jail, and then down the street from it you've got the federal prison, and they've got all kinds of new subdivisions right around it. And then the dump for the city of Tucson is like half a mile from that. I'm like, why in the fuck would you want to live out here?
Right. They did that in California too, bro. They built a fucking school, a high school, close to the damn prison.
I don't get that shit, dude.
Like,
Well,
what the
it's
fuck are you thinking?
when I was still doing flooring, they were building this subdivision. It's literally like a quarter of a mile from the dump. I mean, the land's cheap, I guess, but why in the fuck do you want to live right there? It's next to the freeway and the dump. I'm like, this, and these are like $200,000 houses and shit. And I'm like, why? Why would you want to live here?
Well,
And
if
people-
your finance is only allowing certain things and you don't care about, yes, I don't have any wealth anyway. You can come and rob this house. There's nothing there.
Well, no,
Yeah.
okay, 200,000. That 200,000 is a nice house here.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, like if you want to live somewhere there, you're like, I don't have anything in my house.
No, these are nice houses. I mean, some of these things that once they got the subdivisions done, they're $500,000-$600,000 houses. So I don't get it. Like, the land's cheap is why they did it. Then we have the same thing. We have one that's way out of town. It's in floodplain area. Every time there's a bad flash flood or something, the whole area floods. They're building $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 houses out there because the land's cheap and people are moving out there. I'm like, what? Why?
So that they can live away from the city and have a bigger house, I guess.
And then live where their house is going to get destroyed.
But then and you gotta look at this way, okay? A lot of Asian people will buy house in like the sketchiest area, right? So that they can fit 20 people in there and everybody pays their rent.
Oh, that's a good funny side note. When I was doing new construction, those subdivisions in flooring, that was before 08, so that's before everything tanked. They were having a lot of Chinese investors were buying whole blocks and then flipping them after the subdivision was done because they were buying them at like 120, 130 each. They were selling them for $300,000-$400,000 when they were done.
Yeah, and they will make money. They will make money.
Those
on
guys
that,
were making money.
Because like, if you go to Quincy over here, that entire place is all Asians, well, working class Asians, all right. And so what they do is one person will spend, will use his credit and buy like I don't know $400,000-$500,000 house, and then they will rent out each room. Every room is rented out for those working classes, and then themselves don't live there and use it as rental.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can sublet stuff like that here.
You can. What happens is if it's not your first point of residence, you pay tax on it as an income. It's an income. If it's your first residence, you could. The only problem is whether or not you can get a mortgage loan.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Because it became an investment property, so whether or not you can get a mortgage on it. You might have to get a business loan instead of mortgage.
Crazy. I mean, it works for them, I guess, but it's weird.
Which goes back to retirement, right? Like we're talking about 401k and Social Security. I mean, the best way to really make a retirement is to have something that generates money, not those savings account. Those savings account is not gonna do much. If you spend the money every month that you're putting in 401k into something that will generate income, like I don't know, burger joint or something like that, something stupid, you'll have continuous income. Then that's how you retire, because you never know when for all you know, right now, Burger King used to be what, like $3 a burger? Now it's like $8 a burger. You never know, like the money you save up, whether or not it's gonna be enough in the future.
But we just had a In-N-Out Burger open this weekend, and people have been waiting 12 to 14 hours for hamburger.
Really?
Dude, yeah, we had In-N-Out open here like 8-9 years ago, and I never had In-N-Out. I did not care about it. I waited like 2 years to even go and try it, and then I went and tried it, and I was like, I'm not that impressed.
It's a burger.
It's not that good.
No, they're not.
And they're tiny.
I couldn't imagine. You would have to pack multiple meals to go wait in line to buy a hamburger. It makes no sense.
Freaking people
That's
are
crazy.
dumb,
Wait 15 hours. Average waiting time before somebody give up on the food is an hour.
I've left restaurants because of that.
Yeah, right? If you go to a restaurant and say how long is the wait, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, you'll probably wait. 1 hour is when you go like, nah, it's not worth it. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
That was the only time I didn't leave a tip, because that lady was a bitch, dude. She was hitting on all these, I call them jet jockeys. Pilots came in for lunch or whatever. My wife and I went to lunch. And she's over there flirting with all these guys and shit, and didn't refill our drinks. Our food took forever to come out.
Oh,
and I was
God.
like, I was like, cool, serve them first. That's cool. I got nothing wrong with that. But then she's over there all the time. I left no tip, and I wrote on the check, I was like, worst service ever.
Whoa.
And then,
Well, you never go back there again, because next time you're getting some extra stuff in your...
That was the last time I ever went to a Chili's, and that was like at least 10, 12 years ago. Easy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Chili only got worse, and never got better.
Plus
But here's the
it's
question,
disgusting.
though. Would you willing to pay $5 more for your meal, so everything increased by $1, right? Would you willing to pay an inflated price for your food and not having to pay tips?
Yeah, well, that's how it works in like Europe.
That's how it works in the rest of the world.
Yeah, you're paying for the service, you're paying for the ambiance, you're paying for the food, you're paying for them not to fucking bother you, and yeah, I would do that.
I even today I still feel weird to leave a tip having to eat in a restaurant.
That's a guy that I know that from work. Him and his wife retired, and they moved to Nice, France. And he came back and he was talking about that, and I didn't know anything about that shit. He's like, yeah, when you go there, and you're getting a table, they're not trying to turn tables like the States. that table is yours for the night. If you need somebody, you're like, hey, garçon, I need something. Other than that, they leave you alone. And you're supposed to enjoy your night. I was like, damn, that's pretty awesome. He's like, you don't leave tips because everything's included. They're paid well to do their job. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Well, this is why, like, people always, give me crap for going to nice restaurants. When you go to real nice restaurants, tips are included. Right? You don't tip them separately and then they don't bother you. Obviously, they don't bother you. You just eat, and then if you need something, ask for something, and that's it.
Well,
right?
we're all used to places that are trying to turn tables and make money as quick as they can.
And that's why people can make a living wage, right? Some people, I'm not saying everybody, right? There's some people that's really, really good with their waitressing or whatever, waiter, and they make $200-$300 worth of tip every night. But at the same time, you're like every time I go out, it's like, you know what? Whatever I'm ordering is not what I'm ordering. What I order, I had to add another 20% on top of that, 25% on top of that. It doesn't make sense, right? And then you go to some restaurant where it's literally self-service. You still pay tips.
Or they got the that's the thing that pissed me off. Once you have over a certain party, I kind of understand why, but they've got the implied gratuity right away.
Yeah, was like 8% add-on.
Yeah, there's one steakhouse here, which I won't go there because I don't think it's that great anyways. Same thing, if you've got a party over 6 people, it's a 20% automatic implied gratuity. I was like, you fucking nuts.
But I can understand because now there's a bigger table, so they had to focus on a big table rather than having multiple small tables that turns out a lot faster. Because when you have bigger party, it lasts longer, right? What I have problem with when I go to buffet. A buffet, you want me to tip you when I had to go get my own food?
I don't remember the last time I was at a buffet. I think it might have been in Vegas when I was like 21.
Yeah,
you
but
go
they
to
bring you drinks and stuff. I mean,
no buffet, you get your own drink.
oh, do you? It's not one of those where they come and bring you drinks. And
No. When you go to buffet, you go to one of the places, get your own cup, get your own drink.
Yeah, you bring yourself up when you come in, right? And then they're like a tip. You're like, but for what? The fuck?
Yeah, one
Get
of
my
those
own
things is
food.
that nowadays, if you don't leave a tip, either they'll bitch behind you or they'll chase out and says you didn't leave a tip. Right?
Well, do your job better.
I understand it because I waiter before, back in the student years. So it's like you don't get paid a lot. A lot of restaurant will actually pay either or. If you don't make enough tip, they'll pay you hourly rate, which is like $8 something. Not even a lot, right?
Yeah. Here it's like 5 something or 6 something, and if you're working on tips. Yeah.
Quick 30 says, do you tip on to-go order? I don't tip on to-go orders. I mean, how you gotta give me my to-go order if you're not gonna pack it and everything? I mean, if you gotta do that anyway, why would I tip?
If I like the place, I will.
But the thing is that people who is packing your to-go order and taking your order are paid hourly rate. They don't rely on tips. So.
The one Chinese restaurant, the girl's really nice that runs the counter, so I will.
I had one time where I went to Japan. I forgot that I was in Japan. We don't tip over there at all for anything. I left $100 tip on the table. literally, I was still on the airplane. I got a email from the manager said you left $100 here.
Keep it. I don't care.
Oh, that was a tip, and they're like, we don't take tip, and they sent me back that $100.
That's crazy.
And literally, they lost money because they have to put in an envelope. It was like one of those like signature required FedEx kind of stuff. Come to me, open it up, $100 bill in there.
Wow. Yeah, you're not supposed to send cash.
It was $100 in Japanese yen too.
Oh, okay. Dude, like, there's one time I had a pickup from a pawn shop, and the guy comes and he's like, he called it in as a next day air pickup, and I go in to pick it up, and I have to sign off because it's high value, $10,000 in cash. I call my supervisor. He's like, well, you're not supposed to refuse a pickup. Like, he didn't apparently pay attention to me. I said, cool. I get in the office. I have him sign off on it. He looks at it. He's all, this is $10,000 in cash. Why'd you pick this up? Because you told me to. So it's his fault then. I was like, you fucking told me to do it. I'm not supposed to pick up money.
You just money laundered.
Not my problem.
Technically, it's not money laundering if it's my money to start with. I send it to myself. Sent to me, back to me. So, but it's just weird. It's just weird. Hold on a second. My wife just messaged me something. She probably screamed upstairs and I didn't even hear it.
She'll come down and throw something at you.
No, that's the weirdest thing she just asked. She's like, I just asked my manager if I can send something to the client, and I even sent him the path to check, make sure the things I'm sending to the client is good. And then the manager says, "Is it on schedule?" She's yes, and that's the end of the conversation.
Wow.
So the manager
Nothing
don't care.
got answered.
Yeah, so the manager don't care. It's just like what we just talked about. The manager don't care. Oh God.
That's how I feel. Sometimes I ask them something, and then they ask me something, and I'm like, okay, you did not answer my question. Cool, I'll go ahead and do it.
Weird rules nowadays. Things are weird. So yeah, Michael, when's 1502 coming?
Hoping the beginning of December. Depends on how sales go.
What do you mean? Oh, so you still haven't placed the order yet? You
No, I've
thinking to.
not placed an order with them yet because as we knew it was going to happen, it started up here and it's tapered down a little bit. So
let me ask you a question. I know, because I was thinking about it. My wife asked. Okay, and then she basically says, since you're thinking to have Tim Long making the Shadow Smoked Legion coffee, would Michael actually work with Tim Long to get a coffee in a sampler?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, and just keep in mind, because that's Tim Long's brand, anybody can buy it. All right, it will be anybody can buy it kind of thing. So
yeah.
It'd be really cool to have a Shadow Smoked Legion sampler with the coffee together.
Yeah, and I would assume he'd probably want to put it in like those 4-ounce tester bags
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to do it with a sampler. That'd be, I think, because I was thinking about that when he was talking about that the other night. I was like, that'd be an awesome idea.
Yeah, my wife asked. She's like, "Oh, that's really exciting," And then I was like, "Yeah, that is really really exciting. It would be really cool if somebody can try that coffee with some cigars that I think really will go with it." And she's like, "Don't Matia Maya already do that?" I was like, "Shut up about Matia Maya."
He kind of drug his feet getting the sampler for November because he's been busy, got a new job, all that shit. And so I told him today, I was like, "Hey, let me know what you want for the December one. We'll get that taken care of early on for you." Okay.
He just released a video about it today.
Yeah, because he just ordered it the other day.
Right. So there's a brand new sampler from Matia Maya, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how far only a few months go for you right now. I think for the cigar shop. Right. It's very exciting.
Oh, it is, and it's as long as, because I try not to get hung up on all the numbers, even though it's a business. You know what I mean? Because that's what starts driving you nuts.
You get scared. You're like, I have all this thing here. When?
Yeah, that's so well. Because you were on that when we got done with Brandon yesterday. You kind of you heard how much I've spent on for the business for inventory this year already in 4 months.
If you don't put in money, you're not gonna get money.
Exactly. So that's why I said it'd be cool for the taxes this year. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So, can we get a Tony Asian orange sampler?
Sure.
When is the Tony sampler coming out? You know, if we got the coffee going, like if that does happen, we'll have a Tony sampler. Tony the soy sauce assassin.
The Asian orange sampler is going to be a naranja and a naranja Corona size, a naranja escudo in the Corona Gorda, and in the Robusto. And it'll have a Reserva Maduro in there, just cuz, and that's it.
What? You know okay, here we go. This sampler is gonna call Path to the Shadows sampler pack. Path to the Shadows sampler pack. Get yourself in there, you know. Path to the Shadows sampler pack. All right.
I like it.
And a side button, Michael.
Signed Hashimomo buttons.
Just so everybody know, I saw on Michael's picture that he still have a cigar box worth of those buttons.
Yeah, there's I don't know, there's got to be at least 30 left, I think, something like that.
What you need to do is send that entire box to Matt so he can sign every single one of them and send it back to you.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea. Let's do it. I've had today alone, I had 3 brand new customers.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, getting more and more of those, which is a good thing.
All because Asian orange.
It's Asian orange and it's Martine and people that I don't even know how they're stumbling on stuff. Because like if you search certain cigars, I'm like the 3rd or 4th one on Google now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've spent 0 money on Google because I will not give Google any money.
Google's gonna get money either way. Just not for you, but they're gonna get money either way.
And there's been a couple other shops I've noticed their descriptions have gotten a little bit more fun, like mine are. You know, some new stuff that's come up on a couple shops that are in this state.
I have to say, I think aside from Bob the Cigar Guy, okay, we you know, Matia Maya, me, and you know, all the stuff that we put out, like video chats and stuff like that, that's out there randomly. It's quite a bit. We put a lot of stuff out there. So
yeah, that'd be kind of cool to do one for Bob or Chief or something like that. Give them a sampler would be kind of neat.
Yeah, you know, one step at a time, right? One step at a time.
Yep.
Asian orange sampler ain't cool.
My wife actually asked about, like, you know, okay, if you work with Tim on the coffee, what about Bob the Cigar Guy? And I tell her the problem is that Bob Cigar Guy doesn't own that coffee brand. He's just a blend of that coffee, a roast of that coffee.
Yeah,
so,
Tim is the proprietor of all that shit. So
there's
a nice
there's a slight difference why I can't work with Bob on that yet.
And we have plans also to do monthly down to the nub samplers too. That's going to be a thing coming up hopefully after the first of the year. So
my question is whether or not you'll have enough variations.
We're working on that. That's something we're working on.
Right. I think when it comes to Cigar of the Month Club, it's the variation that's the problem. Like how many variations you gotta have for the year, because you need 12 variations, right? So
yeah, that's the thing. You gotta figure out what to highlight and all that kind of shit, and yeah, all the fun part.
All the fun part, only a cigar shop, well, a cigar store.
We're hoping within a year we're gonna have a place to house everything.
I'm kind of excited that now Brendan's gotta have like a warehouse kind of thing. That's gotta be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
So you can, like, literally, Michael won't have to hold his own inventory. Just go to the warehouse.
Yeah, right. Hell no, I have to hold it. I have to hold it. Legally.
Everything has to go the legal way. Don't want to get audited.
Because they can come and audit my inventory and my books anytime they want.
Quick ask about the pledge. I asked about a pledge yesterday, and who was the one to give me shit about keep talking about pledge?
I'm assuming it's going to be probably the end of December, maybe the 1st of January. Just depends on what their supply is. Because Fox bought a lot. Like a lot. A lot.
Jason Austin says Hashimoto sampler should be 1 EP inch.
That's it.
That's the sampler right there.
1 Asian orange, 1 inch. That's it.
I just noticed.
Year of the orange.
Hashimoto sampler will include 1 naranja and 1 whole orange.
Yep. And a signed button.
And a sign button right there. See? That can be done. That can be done. Not that when you receive the orange, it'll still be good. It'll be moldy and everything, but you know, it will still be orange.
We're gonna orange infuse it.
Orange infuse it. I'm still waiting for the coffee so I can infuse those coffee onto the cigars. That's gonna be so bad. That's gonna be so bad. All of us will just die smoking it on the street.
But it's coffee at least. It's not like it's soy sauce.
No, the question is, do I infuse it with coffee bean or coffee?
I would assume coffee. Doing coffee's kind of that's harder because you got to worry about mold and shit.
Coffee doesn't mold that easy though. Hey Trishan, coffee doesn't mold that easy because it's very acidic.
What you doing?
Like I've tried to, you know how like after you brew your coffee, you have those coffee grinds left over, right? I'll put it on my grass or plants and stuff like that to kind of insulate, not insulate, fertilize it, and that never molds.
But it's out in the open air though. Well, I don't know.
See, it's all in the open.
Mold problems.
All in the open.
We don't have a lot of mold problems, so I don't know.
I mean, coffee beans. What I do, like I'll put the cigar right in a pile of coffee beans. And just seal that, cover it up.
I would assume as long as it wasn't too cold, it would probably work kind of well.
Just a coffee beans or coffee liquid.
You gotta ship cigars up to James. Stick all the cigars inside of coffee so the drug dogs don't smell it.
But that's the thing. You can send cigars, but you can't send coffee.
Stupid, dude. That is so dumb.
Coffee is like their proprietary taxable goods. Like it's illegal to send coffee through APO to Germany too.
There's so much coffee, I guess, in Germany. Like it's a big thing there.
Right? They tax the crap out of it, I guess. So you can't send coffee. I don't know.
But you can't send coffee to Washington then, or to Oregon?
You can send it to Oregon. Can you?
Well, they're just a big coffee state too, though.
He's just being a smart ass, Tony.
Yeah, I'm just being
but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna fill it with those beans, with the cigar in there, and just seal it up, and tape the openings, and just let it sit there for like a month.
See how it works.
I think that's gonna work.
You
and
know
then
what I like
everybody
is-
smoking is like, hey, this thing tastes like one of those Java.
Have you guys had like the dark chocolate covered coffee beans?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can eat those.
Dude,
They're actually
dude,
really good.
I love those things.
They're really good.
Well,
But they put so much sugar in there. They put so much sugar.
I got a container of them, and I was just like munching on them, and it was like a day they were all gone. I was like, damn it.
But I thought you don't like sugar. But that's a
Oh.
lot of sugar in there.
I know. Well, it's dark chocolate, so it's less sugar. But still, yeah, I don't know. It was good. Because it's got the coffee flavor so pungent. Love it.
I think dark chocolate has more sugar than milk chocolate. Because milk chocolate is naturally sweeter.
Dark chocolate has less sugar.
Well, it
It's
depends
more
what
cacao
kind.
and less sugar.
Say that again?
It's more cacao, less sugar.
No, because milk chocolate has milk in it. It has lactose.
Yeah, milk is high sugar. So
Yeah.
milk chocolate has more sugar than dark chocolate.
But then milk is not all chocolate. It's but then milk
That's why
chocolate
it's
is
so
not bitter.
sweet.
Yeah, milk chocolate is not bitter, so they add less sugar.
No, milk chocolate has more sugar. That's why it's so sweet.
No, what I mean is added sugar.
Yeah, milk chocolate has a ton of added sugar.
Because if you do like 70% dark chocolate, obviously it's not gonna be a lot of sugar. But like if you eat the typical dark chocolate bar, 30% dark chocolate, it's gonna be like 50 grams of sugar in there.
Yeah, but I bet you milk chocolate has way more.
I have to look into that. I feel like whenever they try to make dark chocolate into a sweet, they put so much more sugar than the milk chocolate in there. Because it's so sweet. If I'm gonna eat dark chocolate, I like the bitter taste. Don't put sugar in there.
Oh, hell no. I like the 70, 80%. I love that shit.
They sell 99%. Those are awesome.
Yeah, I got my mom some because she likes super dark chocolate. It's like the 92, 93%, whatever it was. I had to get some of that for myself because I'm not a big chocolate person. But you give me that dark chocolate, hell yeah.
Dark chocolate. And dark chocolate is great to go with cigar. I used to see a lot of people to take picture of cigars with chocolate on the side. I haven't seen it a lot, but milk chocolate has more sugar, dark less because more cacao in it. Right, but then I feel like it's more sweeter because it's dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's normally bitter, and because it's more sweeter, I feel like there's more sugar in there.
Maybe it's because I don't buy like the dark chocolate bars, like the Hershey's and shit. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not the pure bars. The pure bar, you obviously can choose. Like literally, you can have no sugar in it, 0 sugar in there. So.
Yeah, because I don't like milk chocolate because it just like coats your mouth, and it's just so gross.
Well, milk chocolate is not really chocolate, and then white chocolate is definitely not chocolate at all.
Dude, I can eat a little piece of white chocolate. That stuff would put me in a coma. That stuff's terrible.
I hate white chocolate. Like, why do you make white chocolate? Like, if you want to eat chocolate, just eat chocolate, right? White chocolate is chocolate oil in milk. Take a dark and milk chocolate Hershey bar. I would imagine they will be similar. But I like the
Ghirardelli, yeah.
Ghirardelli. 70-90. When they say 70 to 90%, they control the sugar on it because they want to just give you the bar. A lot of people just take those bars and melt it too. So
yeah, real dark chocolate is a great palate cleanser.
It is, and I think that makes everything you smoke afterward creamy.
Oh yeah, I love it.
And the taste lingers a lot more. So could be just me though. I don't know. I used to see a lot of people have chocolate to go with it. But I have to say, this year I had a lot less chocolate than last year.
I don't even know the last time I really had any real chocolate. I have no idea.
I had less chocolate last year. I don't know. It wasn't even because of diet. I just, have less of crave for chocolate. But then again, I didn't even go to Japan this year in February because that's the best time to buy chocolate. Everything's chocolate.
Oh.
I
gotta buy stuff to make pies tomorrow. Ooh, I'm so excited.
What kind of pie? Apple or pecan?
Apple, pumpkin. Thinking about maybe doing a sweet potato. I don't know.
I can't hear Matt. Matt just say something I can't hear.
I said I can't stand pumpkin pie.
It's okay.
I can't stand the American pumpkin. American pumpkin tastes different than Asian pumpkin.
What's different about it? Is like the Asian pumpkin less sweet?
No, it just doesn't even taste the same. Not even remotely the same.
Pumpkins are like this size.
The Asian pumpkin is about this big.
Okay, well that's okay. There's a difference between using a big carving pumpkin and a pie pumpkin. Pie pumpkins are those are the small ones. That's what you're supposed to use if you're going to cook it down and make pie. Because they're sweeter and it's got more of the pumpkin taste.
So when we're in Japan, we'll eat anything that's made out of pumpkin, right? In the U.S., my wife would refuse to buy anything that's pumpkin. Every time she eats something, she couldn't finish it. She didn't like it. They don't taste the same. The sweetness or the flavor behind it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, people don't understand real pumpkin flavor because they've got all that pumpkin spice crap everywhere. Stuff's disgusting.
But pumpkin spice is pumpkin and cinnamon, right?
It's cinnamon, nutmeg. What the hell else is in there? A couple other things. Ginger. And something else.
Allspice.
Cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger. What the fuck else is in there? Well, allspice has all that shit in there. That's why I call it allspice.
Yeah, every spice in there.
But when I make pumpkin pie, usually it's like all 100% from scratch pumpkin pie.
I like apple pie. I don't like apple pie with cinnamon, but I like apple pie.
Oh, see, I'm not a big apple pie person, but I make one. I use the Granny Smith apples because they're less sweet, right? And then you sweeten it with brown sugar, and it's an open face, kind of like a Dutch apple pie, but it's got pecans and like a brown sugar oatmeal crisp topping. It's bomb.
Talking about, I can't even cook right now because my range vents are covered.
Is that what was leaking? Is your range vents?
It leaked through that vent's hood. on top, and on top of the
that
roof.
sucks.
So I can't even cook anything right.
I'm just not a big pie person at all. To tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
either am I.
Well,
I'll
pie,
take pie
you don't
over
eat pie
cake.
every day. You eat pie probably like twice a year. Unless you're from New York, then you're talking about pizza. That's a different story.
Or give me cheesecake. Cheesecake is my weakness.
Cheesecake?
Oh, cheesecake is good. Yeah.
I die for
Yeah.
cheesecake. But like when you talk about cheesecake though, well number one there's baked or frozen.
Yeah. The baked cheesecake. That's the only.
Right,
kind of
number
cheesecake,
two-
Tony. We went over this.
No, but number two, some people only consider New York cheesecake as cheesecake. That cheesecake with nothing in it, cheesecake.
I make a New York style cheesecake, and that is actually my favorite one to make because it's dense, but it's not crazy super dense, and it doesn't have the overbearing sweetness, and it's more tart.
Say that again. So you like the
New York style.
just basically just cheesecake, nothing else. Cheese, cream cheese, and
It's
Crust.
cream cheese, sour cream, flour, milk, eggs, lemon, and sugar. And
well, if
vanilla.
you add lemon in there, then it's not just cheesecake.
Well, that's the cheesecake is supposed to have the lemon in it. That's where you get more of that tartness from it. Because if you do it without lemon, they taste weird. Almost every cheesecake in the world's got lemon in it.
I don't do it with lemon.
You don't know what you're missing.
Missing the lime. I know what I'm missing. The lime, the lemon. My wife liked the key lime, so whenever she eats the cheesecake, she
No.
wants the key lime on it.
Hell yeah. See, I like tart stuff, so yeah.
I would just eat cheesecake in any kind. I mean, but then again, I like flavored cheesecake. Cheesecake with things on it.
I don't like chocolate cheesecake. Like my sister made this really nice one for my mom and all this shit, and I don't like chocolate cheesecake.
No, I'm talking about like fruits.
Oh yeah, I'll do like blueberries in it, blueberry swirl, strawberry if somebody wants that, whatever. Cherry.
Yeah, I will go and I will buy what's the thing called like a double cherry berry kind of thing, berry from like Cheesecake Factory. It's all like berries in there. That's what I like.
I've never been to Cheesecake Factory.
Let me just tell you that every single cheesecake is like diabetes ready to happen. So
That's the only kind of cheesecake there is.
no,
That's why I don't make it.
there's cheesecake where you can get sugar high, and there is Cheesecake Factory cheesecake where obesity happens.
I think that's
why-
cheesecake, period.
That's why I don't like to make cheesecake all the time because I'll eat half of it and then I feel like shit. I'm like, it's a bad idea.
In Japan, we buy whipped cream and just eat whipped cream.
That's what I do for pies. I make homemade whipped cream. There's
Like you
nothing
can go
better.
out there and buy a bowl of whipped cream and just eat whipped cream.
That's okay.
Oh yeah.
Because the
I
whip
see.
doesn't taste like the whipped cream here.
Well, if you're making it with heavy cream and you're whipping it, that's whipped cream.
Yeah, but
That is
then
the only
the
thing.
way they, I don't know what's the difference, but that they taste so good. Like we were waiting in line to buy whipped cream.
There's a lot of cool. I mean, like whipped cream, you're supposed to put just a little bit of sugar, and if you like a little bit of vanilla in it and like a little bit of salt, it's fucking bomb, dude.
There's something different. Might be the milk. Might be
It
the
could be.
milk. Different region milk. They're different. I mean, I don't care what people say like, oh, the cow, I'll make the same milk. No, they're different. They're different.
Well, it depends on what they eat. If they don't have like super ultra if it's not super ultra pasteurized, it'll taste different.
It's very
there's
creamy.
a lot of stuff to that.
Very
Yeah.
good. In Japan, most of the cow eats grass. So over here, I don't know what the cow eats. The cow probably eats the same thing we eat. So
If we get our local milk is different than anywhere else because of what they have to eat here.
what did they have to eat there?
Hold on.
There's nothing there.
It's more of like they're eating more like buffalo grass and like cactus fruit and shit like that.
Like
So
when
the
you
milk
say
tastes
Arizona, the cow eats things, I was like, cow eats sand.
different. No, we have plants here.
What, cactus? The cow eats cactus?
We have
Weed.
buffalo grass. There's all kinds of stuff.
I'll be
here.
surprised they have grass. Like grass is like a big no-no in Arizona because you guys have like water restriction and stuff like that.
Well, we don't have grass like you guys think grass fields in freaking like the Midwest and shit. No.
How is grass field supposed to look like? Grass field is a field with grass on it.
Exactly. We don't. It's not quite like that.
So it's like what you get patch of weeds. They're not actually grass; they're just weeds.
Our cows do look anemic if you're used to seeing cows in the Midwest. I'll say that much.
It's either they eat grass or they eat corn. Right now, they're in the U.S. Just corn, a lot of corn.
That's very bad.
Alfalfa, corn.
They can't digest any of those.
No, just makes them fat.
That's what they want.
Mm-hmm. Feed them all the insulage.
But that's the thing, though.
Fat.
In the U.S., the steak having that much fat is not what you want. You trim off those fat. But in Japan, the cows are fat, but they want those fat. The fat tastes great.
See, I finally saw what actual Wagyu beef is supposed to look like. That is the marbling is nuts.
Right?
I bought some Wagyu hamburgers just a couple days ago. I'm like,
because I had never, because you can't buy that here, and so I had never seen it, and I actually saw it, and I was like,
you can buy them. They
shit.
had to be fly over. Yeah, but I'm babying those hamburgers because I want to eat those hamburgers so bad. But I'm babying.
That's what makes me mad when you go you go buy steaks at the grocery store. They don't trim all the extra fat off and shit, and I got to come home and do it. And I'm like, why is all this on here? Isn't that their job?
Pay for it.
Yeah, because they weight the fat too. But like in Japan, when you buy a piece of steak or a piece of hamburger, those fat is what you want. You literally won't not trim any off because that thing actually melts when you cook them.
Well, it's they'll take in, like, you go get a T-bone or whatever, porterhouse, whatever. They'll leave way too much fat on the outside, and it doesn't render down. Like, you're supposed to trim some of that off.
I'll actually
and
eat
have
it
equal.
I'll actually eat it. I won't even trim them. I'll actually eat them.
Gives you a lot of flavor too, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No fat, no flavor, no color, no
Like
flavor.
ribeye.
So.
That's what makes a ribeye so good is all that fat.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Gotta have those fat. But then like the fats, those are fat from like corn. So your body's not gonna break that down. How it goes in is how it's gonna come out.
Comes out great.
No, it comes out brown, not great.
I say gray. I say it comes out great.
Oh, by the way, I know that tattoo is fake. Obviously, everybody can tell
Yeah.
that tattoo is fake. But I thought it would be funny to put it on.
Don't ever do that.
Why?
It's a bad idea, man.
What,
It's
to
like a
actually
curse.
tattoo or actually put a fake one on?
No, to actually tattoo it, it's like a curse.
Oh, no,
man.
please don't do it. Please don't do it. My wife was like, why do you do this to yourself? I was like, I don't know, because I'm stupid. Yeah, stick it on. I literally took it off right after the photo. I, like, rubbed it right off. Martin was complaining like there's no red. My arm was definitely red after I tried to get it off. But yeah, now if anybody wonder how a Shadow Smoke Legion tattoo would look like on your arm, I just showed you guys. It was a bad idea.
Bad idea.
It was a
ever
bad
do that.
idea.
Just get the skull or something. That's okay. But don't get the whole thing.
Yeah, don't get the whole thing. Like, you don't need people to know that this established in 2019.
Did you see James's leather case for his cutter?
I did. I told him that, maybe if the bone here is shorter, because it's kind of one side is longer than the other, or it look a lot more perfect. But I told him that because it's handmade, obviously, it can't be perfect, right? So, but it's really cool that he did it. It's really cool how he did the whole, case and everything. So
Yeah.
You know what the problem with that case is?
it's for Zyka, that's why.
Yeah, it's for a Zycar cutter. That's what's wrong with it.
But it doesn't mean that when he get the Lotus. It doesn't mean that when he get the Lotus, he's not gonna replace it.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think right now it's just use the Zycar to kind of stretch out that leather. The Zycar is a leather stretcher, and then they will put the Lotus one in there. You never know.
I'm gonna tell him it's Zycar only.
But that's pretty cool. You can do leather work. Leather works are pretty cool. It's not
It
easy.
is. It's hard.
It's hard. All the handcrafts is hard. So, Matt didn't even talk about how he changed cigars. He already had a second cigar, and he didn't talk about it.
Well, you guys were talking. I just went and grabbed another cigar.
I know, right? It's like just disappear on us.
Well, I figured I'd get another one because it's fucking cold out here, but it's snowing in the mountains right now.
That sounds bad. It's a nice 85.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow tomorrow here. Today's like the nicest day for 2 weeks.
I know. I'm looking at you wearing no damn jacket for once. I'm like, what the hell?
That's why I asked him. I was like, is it warm? He's like, it's like 48. Fuck that. That's cold, man.
So the next thing we have to design is probably the logo that's gotta go on the coffee bean, right? But because it's gotta be everywhere, I want to change the design a little bit. But it's still gotta be the skull, right? The skull is our coolest design, right? How we gotta change is the question.
What do you mean on the coffee bean?
It's gonna be embossed on every coffee bean. Before you grind it, it's on every.
We have a
coffee
little Virgin ladies like with the little tiny thing is like try to carve onto the coffee bean.
You're right, Quakes. Supreme Leaf, brother.
So that sticker, probably just it's probably gotta be here somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
How
So
we gotta
what, you
change
gonna
that
do
logo?
coffee?
Huh?
You gonna do coffee now?
Tim Long is gonna make a blend for Shadow Smokers Legion.
Oh wow.
Wait, we just talked about this like the last 20 minutes or so. Oh yeah,
Maybe
that's
that's
right. You
what-
went to grab your cigars
Yeah, I mean,
without
that's-
telling anybody you were missing.
We have swag. What? This is how you miss things, man.
Right? We got coffee? What the fuck? We got-
We gotta have our samplers. Right? So it's the question is how we're gonna make a logo that will make sense without original logo. Without original logo as the base, but what we're gonna change.
Well, I forgot to tell you guys I'm coming out with Team Asian Orange Beef Jerky. So
Sweet
Hey,
orange flavored or what?
Orange flavor, our orange
Yeah,
cured.
little hint of
Citrus.
sweet and sour.
Orange chicken jerky.
Yeah.
A little bit of orange marmalade and ketchup, the way the Americans make it.
Deep fry that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is the real way to make orange sauce for orange chicken?
Orange sauce for orange chicken?
Yeah.
Sugar,
There's so
orange
many
juice,
different
pineapple juice, starch, water, sugar, and orange peel, dry orange peel.
Okay, because like everywhere that you get, your Americanized shit, it's literally like orange marmalade, orange juice, and fucking ketchup.
Well, if you eat in Asia, it does have ketchup. It's got pork fat, so like those lard. It's got orange juice, just a little bit, and they'll have orange peel, like dry orange peel, in there. A lot of time they'll put a lot of sugar. That's what makes it thicker, right? And that's pretty much it. That's all the orange you gotta get.
We put cornstarch in ours too.
No, because if you already have sugar in there, it will actually make it thicker. You don't need cornstarch.
Mine's Japanese, not Chinese.
Japanese don't have orange chicken.
He's like, damn it.
But over here, they just mix all the juice, like pineapple juice, orange juice, sugar and water, ketchup, just to make it look nice, and then starch, and then they put whatever in there. Like the sweet and sour pork over here is like chicken finger pork with pork in it, and then just put sauce over it. That's not how sweet and sour pork is in Asia.
Yes, and when you talk about real Asian food, I'm like, I'm lost. I have no idea.
No. Dude, you're on that side of the earth. You can just fly down to China and eat some.
Well, it's the same thing with freaking talking about real sushi. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know.
You
what
know,
real
you
sushi
can
is.
get really good sushi and Chinese food in California because there's a large amount of Asian population over there. So they're actually more authentic than something like Louisiana.
Oh,
That's what Brandon. He's like, dude. I guess he said there's 2 places in Phoenix that are real good sushi, and I've never had real good sushi. He's like, well, next time you're up, we're going to lunch. I was like, all right, cool.
Real good sushi, you can get it in California and New York. Those 2 places actually fly those fishes in.
Seattle as well.
Those fish are really, 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 really good and fresh and nice. Or even though technically there's no fish that's nice, okay? Every fish are frozen.
That's why I don't like buying fish here, because you look at all the shit you get and it's farm raised, it's this, it's that, and if it's wild caught. It's like wild caught and raised in a farm in the ocean. I'm like, no, I don't want that.
Do you guys notice that when you buy farm raised or just not wild caught, those fish taste like dirt?
It's terrible.
Has
It's
that
gross.
dirt taste to it? Has
Yeah, have you
earthiness
seen
to
how
it?
they grow them? It's disgusting.
They eat their own poop.
Yeah.
Their meat are so bad.
If you're gonna do that, just buy tilapia because that is a shit-eating fish. That is what it does. Just buy that instead.
At least I know. That's the thing. Tilapia actually doesn't taste that bad. It has no flavor.
No, it's fine. That's what they use it for, like fish tacos and stuff like that because it takes on the flavor of everything, like fucking tofu because it's a terrible fish.
If you gotta do fish taco, you gotta do with halibut or something like that. Nice buttery fish.
Mexican fish tacos, it's tilapia. Okay, that's what they use.
I'm telling you,
Maybe some shark. Shark's really good.
Shark's good.
you guys like to eat shark?
Shark is good, dude. Especially if you catch it right out of the bay. We did that when
I eat shark, but then shark wasn't that tasty to me. It almost had no flavor.
It's good.
My
Nice
grandma
thick
used to make her
steaks.
sushi with shark meat.
Only thing about shark meat to me is just lean. That's it.
Then swordfish, that's like my
Swordfish
favorite
I'll eat. Swordfish
seafood.
steaks are great. Swordfish I'll eat. So, but the shark, no, I don't know.
It's good, man.
You eat whale. Whales are great.
A lot of
Fucking
fat.
monster. Fucking monster.
Why? What's the difference between eating a whale versus a shark?
Because there's less population of whales, man. They're endangered and all that shit. You fucking
A lot
terrible
of fat
person.
on a whale.
Say that again?
A lot
So
more
they're-
fat on whales.
It's a lot more fat in a whale, and they taste good.
You're a terrible person, Tony.
You know, whale is eating up all the fishes in the ocean.
Whales don't eat fish.
What do they eat? Shit?
Krill. They eat krill
And seals.
and plankton and shit like that.
They will eat whatever that will fly into whatever that will swim into their mouth. They open their mouth and just eat up everything they have in that path.
They have baleen plates that filters that shit out, and they eat the krill and all that stuff. Okay.
So you say that
Come on.
whale that there's no whale that ever eats any fish.
I didn't say they didn't. I said most whales don't eat. If you're talking about orcas, yes, they eat seals and fish and all that shit.
Yeah, so they eat fish. They eat seals.
What?
Seals are cute. Don't mess with seals. Without seal, how you gonna get songs from Batman? I don't know. Whale, you think that eating whale is bad, but in Japanese perspective, one whale can feed a whole village.
Oh, I know. I understand that.
So in terms of food source, that's better bang for the buck and better for the environment in terms of fishing. Because we overfish. We overbreed them too, right? So, you think that, the amount of fish you're taking out of the ocean versus one whale that will feed the entire village of... one whale probably will feed the entire Africa.
You ever seen those things explode?
Say what?
You ever seen those whales explode on the beaches?
Yeah, because they couldn't remove it.
Yeah.
They had
Holy
to blow them up into pieces, and it actually gets worse because it goes that rotten meat just go everywhere, and you actually take more time to clean it up. Right?
What a mess. What a mess.
Why? That's the problem. See, whale is a problem. It's just weird, like how people will say eating certain things are not right, but yet we eat everything else.
True. I've eaten dolphin. I didn't know that's what it was.
Dolphin doesn't taste good.
Ooh.
Well, wait. When you say dolphin, that could mean tuna. Depends where you are.
No, it was legitimate dolphin.
Dolphin doesn't taste good.
Wasn't
Like
awesome.
bottlenose dolphin?
I don't know what kind of dolphin it was. So I know it was dolphin, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, now in certain places you can order dolphin, and that dolphin actually means either tuna or ahi-ahi. So, yeah. But yeah,
I ain't eating a dolphin.
yeah. But it's the thing that when it comes to food, everything that you can hunt down is fair food, right? Technically.
Oh, yeah. It's like those Eskimos. They hunt all kinds of crazy shit and eat it.
I wouldn't be surprised like they hunt down polar bear just for food.
They don't have a choice. They have limited food supply. They eat seals. That's a natural thing for them.
But yeah, but that's the thing. If they hunt down polar bear is on the verge of extinct, but nobody go stop them.
Well,
They
that's what-
use They use everything. They don't let anything go to waste.
Bear in general is the most greasy thing I've ever eaten in my life.
It is.
It's. I mean, it doesn't taste bad because they're omnivorous and most of their stuff is like plant based that they eat. But it's so damn greasy. It's crazy.
Keep warm, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to eat greasy food, go to Hawaii. Everything is greasy. I don't know how can you eat such a greasy food in Hawaii knowing that they're hot and as hell. It's so hot and you're eating greasy food. Tropical. Oh my god. I didn't even notice right now there's like no more sunlight outside. I'm looking at, Daniel, he's like all sunlight and everything. You guys all sunlight. I turn over, look at my window, it's dark.
We're on the west side of the country.
Yep.
Yep.
Show off.
Oh, West Coast. We're all West Coast boys out here.
I'm gonna have sunshine for a couple more hours, easy, man.
You know what Utah consider as West?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's literally in line with me.
True. But I'm just saying Utah is like,
It's the west, man. He's on that side of the Rockies, bro. It's the west.
Yep.
What's funny is that most Asians think Washington is not in the West. Michael's like, wait, what? Really?
What? Like Washington, D.C., maybe? But...
Yeah, because most Asians don't know there's a difference between Washington, D.C. and Washington. So when you say,
Okay.
I'm going to Washington, oh yeah, that's on a few hours down south. No.
the state of Washington on the coast.
Right.
Right? Just like most people think that New York is the capital of New York.
It's not? Tony's face, holy shit.
We've got swag.
Right?
This is the problem. Like a lot of weird terms that we use came from the chat. Like we got swag and that kind of stuff came from the chat. It's weird. And once you start, you can't stop it. Everybody's now saying that you got swag.
That's awesome, man. It's awesome how the small things catch on.
The weirdest thing catch on, and you can't stop them. You just can't stop. No matter what you do, you can't stop. It's too bad.
That's gonna be my new hashtag now.
We got swag.
We got swag.
If we ever make a character for Matt, it'll be holding one orange with the tagline says "We got swag."
Oh shit!
With a question mark. We've got swag.
I mean, we already have the picture. I can send it to the designer. It'll be just right here, like that. That one holding an orange, smiling at the orange, and then we got swag on top.
Please no. Please no.
Michael, what do you think about the Ash Queen sticker? Pretty cool, right?
I like it.
All sprinkly and shiny and nice.
That thing came out pip, man.
It just came out on time too. It's like, oh, yay. Stacy Amaya says foreshadowing. Yeah, that could happen. I don't know. Depends how much I hate, Hashimoto. One day I'm like, you know what, Hashimoto, I'm just gonna make a character.
It's gonna get mad at him for something totally like
Random.
not important.
Yeah,
Right?
like totally, absolutely, like have no reason to get mad, but I'm gonna get mad. Just like how everybody blames me about buying cigars, even though I didn't buy the cigars.
Still your fault.
It's still my fault. Right? It's just always my fault now. If somebody missed their last box of cigars, it's always my fault now.
I'll have like 20 boxes of pledge, and then they'll be gone for some reason. We're gonna blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that only happened one time. One time I bought the last box of a cigar, and it's my fault. Forever.
It's because you want to do it though.
No, I didn't even know that's the last box. I prefer to get the first box. I prefer to get first box of everything, but that doesn't always happen. So
So if when we have the event cigar done, if we get boxes, I'll make sure you don't get the first box.
That's right.
but don't get the first box, I am going to cancel the event.
It's gonna be box number 2.
Number 2, yeah.
Hit 3. No, number 3.
Cancel the event.
Travis will get number 1. Number 1 customer. So Travis gets number 1. Tony gets number 2.
If that happens, we're not doing the event ever again. We're never gonna do the event again. In fact, I will have to count him down for that first box of cigar. Tackle him in the event.
We'll put all of them as number 1. They'll all be number 1 boxes for everybody.
Well, there's always a number one of number ones.
Be 00. Trying to have a 00
Right.
box.
I'll take
Everybody else
00.
would be
I'll
number
take
one.
00. I'll take
Everybody else would be
00.
number one.
Stacy just
take
came
that.
up and said, make it happen, and she's gotta leave. She's like, oh, have a good one. Good to see y'all. Gotta get into work. Right after she say, foreshadowing, make it happen, rage, and that's it. She didn't even say, she didn't even say hi. She just go like, I'm gonna go.
Stacy's a savage, man.
First time she's been on in a while.
Well, yeah, because like lately you just see Martin outside by himself, and then if anything,
Yep.
she'll show up to yell at him and leave.
Well, he was working today because he was messaging me back while he was at work.
Really?
Oh, he started?
Yeah.
Varazone.
Because he told me, he's like, yeah, I'll do that on my break. I was like, oh, shit.
Wow.
It's good that he found a job now. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's tough. The market is tough. Not that there's no job. There's job there. Just that for some reason it's just getting harder and harder to find job. I don't know.
Well, I see a lot of these little restaurants out here that are got signs out here that say now hiring, and because they were all shut down, they had to let everybody go, and now they need everybody back.
Well, a few states are closing down outdoor dining again, so. But then again, that didn't make sense to start with, because you guys all probably seen that meme out there. It's like, I don't understand why we can eat inside and the outside so long as the inside of the outside is not the inside of the inside.
Right. I saw one where it's like, we shut everything down the first time because it was supposed to work.
Right.
But if it worked and it didn't work, why are we going to do it a second time?
Yes.
Well, it kind of did. It flattened the curve, but the flattening the curve just means that less people reported that they are sick.
Right. I mean, it sucks, but at some point, you're going to have to let it run its course.
Yep.
Politicians can't allow that to happen. There's no news if you do that.
Exactly, right? They can't make themselves look good.
Yep.
They can't make themselves look good. The pharmaceuticals not making their money.
That's my number one thing with this whole freaking vaccine. I'm like, dude, they're going to make so much money off this. And that was literally the only reason to do it.
Can you imagine if this whole thing wasn't blow up the way it is? If they do make a vaccine for this, it would be like $1.
Yeah, they'd have a generic. You'd be able to get it, through your insurance for nothing, whatever, shit like that.
Right now, it seems like it's gonna be a free shot for anybody. It's like $37. Your insurance is gonna cover it. So
yeah.
What I want to know is, are the hospitals or clinics, are they getting paid to do the tests?
Yeah, the insurance cover. Well, the state kind of pay them back. The test is free right now.
It's it's subsidized.
Yeah, the government paid for it. So they will do all those tests, and then in the end of the month, they will send a list of hey, we used like 5,000 units of this test. Pay us back for it.
So we're paying for it. That's what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Technically, we're paying for it. In the end, everything we paid for. Right? There's nothing's free in this world. Air, you had to pay to breathe air.
College is going to be though.
College free?
Yeah, right. We're gonna pay for that too.
College is never free. And if it's free, then that college degree is worth nothing.
Okay, so that's my thing. I got into that with some of the kids at work a couple of years ago, and they were talking about that shit. I was like, whoa. I said, then it's going to become like high school.
Yeah.
It's they go because they can, not because they want to. You'll have the ones that do want to, and they really try and all that shit. But you're going to have, let's be like a public high school. Just they go because they can, and they have nothing else to do.
No, basically, your 4-year bachelor degree is going to worth nothing, because then everybody will have it.
Exactly.
Right? Because it will be a standard education. And then you lower the standard even more on regular education in the first 12th grade, right? So
we can have more 30-day wonder morons that don't know anything.
Right? Because it's free. So then you will just, some people will take 15 years to go through their 4-year education, and then it will still be free, right? And the people that care will be those people who get additional 2 to 4 year master degree, and that's gotta worth something. And that's just gotta become the next bachelor degree. The master degree gets downgraded, and then your PhD gets downgraded, and eventually they'll have something else on top of that, because now everybody have it.
They'll figure out a way to charge people for it, though.
Well, you still have to buy textbook. You still have to get all the all the documentation or whatever things that you need to study. So you still cost like right now mandatory education, 1st to 6th grade, you still pay. You pay your local tax for it, right? You still pay for your notebook, your pencil, your textbook, all that stuff. So it's not free.
Now you pay for a fucking iPad.
Yep. They all have iPads.
But then I don't know. Not everybody has an iPad.
Oh yeah, all these kids out here, man.
That's what my girls get in 8th grade. They get iPads.
Everybody's got iPads, bro.
But that's not because it's mandatory for school. It's because
the school, you check them out. You have to pay. Parents pay $50 to check them out.
But then you get your $50 back.
No.
Mm-mm.
They have to turn them in at the end of the year, though.
Yeah, you turn them back in the end of the year. You don't get your $50 back.
Nope.
Huh?
And you're responsible for any damage or lost parts and cords and shit.
Yeah, if you don't turn in cords and all that, or the plug, you get charged.
Then I might as well buy my own.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well buy my own, and at the end of the year, sell it.
Sell it. They'll need it the next year.
No, you buy the newer one. Right? They'll need it next year, but you'll have a newer version. Come on, like we all did that. Come on, back in the high school. Come on, some of you guys have bought a TI-82 sometime with TI-81 in your lifetime, right?
First of all, I don't know what the fuck a TI-81 is.
It's a graphing calculator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Matt didn't take that math.
You did you not take algebra?
Yeah, I did. I had that. Okay. I don't remember the names of all that shit.
The Texas Instrument calculator.
Yeah. I just math wasn't my thing, man. Art was my thing.
Why you think actually we bought that calculator to do math? Really, dude? We bought it so we can play Texas on it.
Exactly. Let's say play fucking games on there. That's what
I don't think we could play games on ours.
Oh, you can. You just need to find that nerd in your classroom.
Oh,
on the calculators?
Yeah.
I put boobless.
We will load we will load Doom, we will load Tetris, and we will load Fall Down or Fall.
Yeah, we didn't have that shit, man. You guys grew up in a different generation.
No, it's on the same calculator so long as you have a TI 80
well, no,
and plus.
We didn't have Doom and all that when we were when we were at that age.
You just need to find a nerd that has that data cable to load it onto your thing, because it's just one code.
I guess I didn't have nerd friends. I guess
You're supposed to be that nerd.
I was not that nerd.
We've been over this. Matt is a banana.
Right? It's like you go to the math class, you start to look at everybody's last name. Okay? And like, this guy's Asian.
Well, that's where they fucked up. They were like, Hashimoto, come over here. I'm like, dude, you fucking fell, bro.
So Hashimoto, deal with my calculator. He's like, what do you want me to do? Change battery?
Hey, I'm a blue collar guy, man. I'll fix that.
He would type in, what is it? 8008 boobies.
Yeah, right? I remember that's what we get first thing we get the calculator was that. But then like when we do tests, they were like, how to use a regular calculator. You can't use TI, because when you use a TI, you can literally just put the formula in there.
We didn't even have TIs, man. We had Speak and Spell, bro.
Speak and Spell.
Well, you need the TI if you take Algebra 2. Anything that needs graphic, anything that needs sine, cosine, tangent, you need a graphic calculator. Or else, like, really, do you really want to draw that graph yourself?
Sure you don't.
So we all spend that $100 to buy that, and at that time, $100 is a lot of money.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yes,
I worked all summer to buy my fucking calculator.
Yeah. The TI, and then like you'll buy your TI, and the next year you'll sell it to the next student or whatever, and then you buy your TI-82, and then finally you get to the TI-83 Plus, has color.
It's so awesome.
We never had that.
No, that was before me, man, or after me. That was fuck.
Yeah.
You're not that much older than me. Come on.
I'm 44 years old, man.
Yeah, that's. I'm telling you, TI has been there for a long time.
You know how much shit changes in a year?
Yeah, and you got to remember, I mean, when you're talking late 80s, early 90s, none of the technology was even there to.
Oh, no, we barely had fucking Nintendo, man. Shit.
TI-80 was released on 1995.
Yeah, I graduated high school.
I was out of high school already.
Well, no. Okay, TI-79 then. TI-79 was released.
He's gonna keep going back.
In Asia only, you know, like.
TI-79. Come on, Texas Instrument has been there for a long time, and all of their graphics.
That's who made Simpsons spell, bro. I'm telling you.
Wow, they have TI-100 now? I'm that behind.
Damn.
See how much shit changes in a couple years?
But still the same. It's still the same. Oh, they made it easier. Now they actually have arrows. So play.
You just graduated 2 years ago, and look how much.
You could probably download it on your fucking phone now. You don't even need
Oh
that
yeah.
shit.
Fuck yeah.
You know what's really funny? I'm looking at TI-108. All right, it's a regular calculator. You can only type numbers.
Jesus Christ.
Well, Jesus Christ, you can look at it in fucking 99 cents store now. Shit.
Well, you don't even need calculator anymore. Your phone can do it. Your cell phone can do exactly what is needed.
You could probably download all that shit on your phone now.
Oh yeah, you can play anything on your phone now.
I graduated in 2003, so.
God damn. Damn.
My wife recently looking at email, and they're saying like the graduating year of 2023. I was like, those kids.
Fucking dude, that's like my 20 years in a couple years.
I'm looking at yesterday. There was some sort of music show on TV, and then they have like BTS, the Korean band, singing on there. I was like, look at those kids. She's like, what are you talking about? They're like in the 20s. I was like, I'm closer to my 40s. I can call them kids.
Dude, I do that all the time. We get the kids that are 18, 19, and there's such a disconnect between them and myself. I'm like, yes, you guys are kids.
What I don't like back in the day when I was, in my 20s, is when some kid come up to me, because I look young, right? And they will say something like they think is profound, and they go, and then they wrap it up with son. I'm like, who are you calling son?
Exactly.
Even though now that I'm a lot older, and when I play the God of War, and the guy is like boy, I'm like, okay, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Boy.
It's like, go do this, boy. Okay.
They released a teaser trailer for the one for the PS5.
They did, because I only remember they showed like a 3-second clip.
No, it's not even any gameplay. It's just it's voice. But
so that's what I'm talking about. That's the one.
Yeah.
That just showed the logo and nothing else.
Yeah, he's like says something. I was like, man, but he didn't be. Even though he's older and he's Loki and all that, he didn't be like, boy. That'd have been awesome.
Well, by then, I guess the next one he'll be grown, right?
He should be. Yeah, because you find out he's Loki, and so he should be grown in this.
Is that because of a spoiler? Now that we said that, you found out that he's a Loki.
No, it's at the end of the game. If you played the game, you know.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people don't. Class of 2003. I'm class of 2002 for high school, so I don't know if you're talking about class. Yeah.
No, high school. Yeah, I graduated 2 years early.
Yeah. Graduated 2002. 2002. Worst year to graduate ever. Worst year to graduate ever. So.
I was a smart kid a long time ago.
I did graduate my college early, so that was a lot easier. Just take course faster.
That's what everybody told me. Like, why didn't you do that? You could have tested out of shit. I was like, did not have any guidance back then.
For college?
Yeah, I didn't because I ended up going to college because I didn't have any guidance with all that shit. So I didn't take the initiative to see what I could have gotten for funding and all that stuff because I could have tested out of all kinds of shit. I could have got grants and all that kind of stuff. But
FAFSA. There's always FAFSA.
Fuck, that's expensive, man.
FAFSA is student assistant.
Yeah, it's still expensive.
Costing who? You?
Yes.
Hey, now it's too late. Now it's too late. So
to go to the university for 4 years here would have cost me at that time like $12,000 or $15,000. That was a lot of money when I was like 16.
It's half what I had to pay.
A lot of money.
Half what I had to pay. Yeah. Oh my god! If I'm not in class, I'm working at that time. If I'm not in class, working. Pay it off before you get out because that's the best way. That's the only way. You know, college, university is too expensive. Say that
What's
again?
that, Matt?
I said, if I'm not in class, I'm hanging out with the girls.
Asian persuasion.
That's right, baby.
That would have been my problem.
I didn't have to hang out with girls because I already have a girlfriend back then. So
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you can't hang out with the girls.
I can't.
Right?
I'm a very dedicated person. You know, having 5 girlfriends is a lot already.
I don't know how guys would jumble 2 and 3. That's a lot, dude.
Mm-mm.
That's too much.
At the time,
Yeah,
it was
I get
okay. You know, so long as you have a car. You know, and you're from from college, you have a car. You tend to get more girls.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you jumble all that together, man? That's a lot to juggle, dude.
I actually just all together.
Okay, well, that's different.
Yeah. Every morning, I just go pick them up together and hang out together.
All right, guys, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's about dinner time, so I'm out of here
There you
too.
Cool.
Have a good Monday, everybody.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm out. Gotta go cook dinner with microwave. So.
I'm gonna go have a salad.
All right.
Oh, God. It's a dark chocolate.
Yeah. See you guys Wednesday.